all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us. Now, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay. Must be.
I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that, are you kidding?
No. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
Ergo, that's why he worked out all the time. 646 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy in the other room behind the.
So it's Good Friday, high 50. Partly cloudy overnight, down to 32. Partly cloudy Saturday, high 60. Easter Sunday, showers possible and a high of 59.
Oh, sorry. It's my new Electrocute the Messenger weather forecast app. Sorry.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't crucify me.
Let it be.
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen. Good Friday.
If I had the sound effect.
Good Friday.
Saws, hammers.
Nails.
Okay. Yeah, okay, sorry. Where was I? Thank you, Christy Lee. Coming up from Q95, your shot at some serious cash. So pay close attention. It's happening several times. You get that special shot, so pay attention, as I said. Now, also some other great guests coming up this morning here in the Bob and Tom Show, including our good friend, comedian Drew Hastings. Look forward to talking to our farmer buddy. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for joining us. We are here. It is the 10th of April, 2020. The quarantine continues. We are keeping our proper social distance. This is Tom speaking, and I'm about, I'd say 11 feet from Ace Cosby, our engineer. Ace Cosby is also the proprietor of Omaha Steaks presents the Ace Cosby joke of the day. They're very proud of that.
Are those good?
The steaks are delicious. Ace, I'll get you some.
We'll get you some steaks,
He acts like he's
Ace.
never had any of these steaks.
We've had cookouts here.
I'm sure you've gotten a couple cases of those already.
Chick, you gave me yours last
I was going to
summer.
say.
I'll
And then
get
I
you some.
immediately regretted it.
Chick McGee's across the way at the sports desk. Behind the glass in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Hi.
And then we have Mr. Pat Godwin at the kids' table. Yep. In his own little glass suite.
All right. Now, you're going to have to pay attention.
Okay, I'm paying attention.
To
What do you
this
got?
sports
This is
story.
sports. Okay,
I
good.
think it's enjoyable. I think it's humorous. I'm going to tie a a lot of things in here together.
Okay.
So don't start drifting and insisting on
focusing.
saying something. Okay.
Listening to your every word.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Yes.
We call him Mr. Biscuit.
Right.
He's the quarterback for the Chicago Bears until they traded to Jacksonville for
Our best friend.
Nick Foles, making Gardner Minshew the number one quarterback in Jacksonville. Hang on. Let's set that aside for a moment.
No Gardner Minshew song?
Up until Mitch Trubisky. That's why I said that, so you hang with me. You can do it a little bit later. Let me get to this story. So Trubisky's first season, wonderful, amazing. Everybody's happy. Then he fell on hard times, not that great a quarterback. So Chicago being Chicago and Bears fans being Bears fans, they've come up with a way to kind of stick it to Trubisky and also draw in the current virus climate.
Really?
Chicago restaurant called Monks has posted a reminder on their tables that goes like this. During the coronavirus outbreak, remember to remain at least 10 feet away from others. This is on a little sign, as you can see, on a table at a restaurant.
Right, table card.
10 feet away from others. If you're wondering how far 10 feet is, picture a Bears wide receiver and then imagine where Trubisky actually throws his passes. That distance is almost always at least 10 feet.
And it's printed on it. That's very, very funny.
It's printed on a table.
Yeah, but who's seeing it? Nobody's going into that
Well,
restaurant.
I think they put it
again,
online, Josh. and
Humorous aside.
People are
Okay, so it
enjoying
could
it.
have been posted on anything. They could have not even had to need to print that out.
That's
They
your
could have just-
criticism?
They could have written it out.
They could have put it on toilet paper so more
meme
people would see
app.
it.
So
I loved it, Chick. Thank you for sharing that story.
I
good
did
joke.
too.
Good joke.
I
Bad
did too.
presentation on their part.
It's unbelievable.
So-
There's nothing pleases him.
Yeah, what?
I mean,
Do we have a Josh indicator?
yesterday off the air, we had a discussion. I lost all faith in his intelligence.
What happened? I'm behind on this. What happened?
I'll happily discuss that in public if you like.
No.
What's the deets? Oh, come on!
You know
No.
why? Like the bad guy in that one.
No.
Well.
Something happened to in his life, and so therefore it means that's how it is.
I saw a guy walking 2 of those items yesterday.
Did you? Shame you're out of bullets.
That brings us to the NFL, and they have announced that 58 prospects, as they're wont to do, have been asked to participate remotely in the NFL draft that will take place April 23, 24, 25.
This will be great because you know that they'll go to interview one of these draft picks and the sound will be off.
Right.
You know, their grandmother will be in the background.
Their dog will jump on their lap.
It'll be great. It'll probably be better than it usually is.
They'll be making a TikTok. Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow and Ohio State edge rusher Chase Young, fingers crossed, are among those 58 who will participate remotely. Burrow, one of 8 LSU players, will take part in the April 23rd through the 25th draft. That's more than Alabama. They call them the Crimson Tide. Will be invited. The NFL says throughout the 3-day draft, it will host a draft-a-thon to benefit virus relief efforts and pay tribute to healthcare workers and others on the front line. The SEC leads all conferences with 24 prospects confirmed to participate in the NFL draft.
Now, can we get back to this horse thing?
Several NBA stars will face off in a game of social isolation, HORSE, that will be televised on ESPN.
This is such a great idea.
When is this?
The single elimination competition will feature 8 players taking shots from their own gyms and will take place this Sunday, Easter Sunday.
Now, can you bet on it?
Are they aware of this?
I'm sure they are.
The competition will air on ESPN starting April 12th.
And my idea to make it even better is...
with the semifinals and championships scheduled for April 16th.
Oh, it's not all going to happen in a day?
No, it's...
they're going to... I'm sure they'll be drawing this thing out. They're going to have commercials. It's a great idea, though. It'll be... I just think they should have get like a Larry Bird out there, or Michael Jordan. It would be cool. Or...
For instance...
Wait a minute. How did I not think of this?
What?
Art Garfunkel. From
Somebody
Simon
put
and
that up on
Garfunkel.
Twitter,
Art Garfunkel,
yeah.
a world-class free throw shooter, I'll have you
Do you
know.
think he still is at his advanced age?
He's done 100 in a row.
Josh, I need to talk to you for a second.
Does he granny shot or does he
I'm
shoot
not
over
going to
it?
be here much longer. You need to pick up the mantle. You need to hold the flag high and try to get him to stop doing what he does.
Did you know that Will Chamberlain for a while shot underhanded free throws?
Yes, he did.
Did you guys used to call those granny shots?
Granny shots?
Yeah, that's what we called them.
Rick Barry did. He had an incredible percentage of made free throws shooting that way. It was amazing.
But in a game of horse, you can do whatever. That's part of the thing. You can say, hey, you got to do this one lefty.
Oh,
you got to do this one
can pick it
underhanded.
that way? I
The
didn't
very
know
first
that.
matchup will feature Jazz point guard Mike Conley, good man,
Yeah.
and WNBA legend and Hall of Famer Tamika Catchings. Great
Cool.
person.
And again, it'll be very awkward if she happens to get
Nope.
HOR.
Other competitors, he said, plowing through include Bulls guard Zach LaVine. Yeah, he'll be free Saturday.
Sunday.
Chauncey Billups, Paul Pierce, Chris Paul, Trey Young, and Allie Quigley from the Chicago Sky.
No, Quigley down under.
Dunking is prohibited. What does it say about me when I saw that out of the corner of my eye? And I thought it said drinking is prohibited. I think I might.
You get all the get the shakes.
The first player, of
the
course.
DTs, like your
Is
phone's
there-
ringing.
Do they?
Is there someone who doesn't know how horse works?
Well, do they get to pick their spot or do they have the same?
Yes. You've ever played horse? You have to duplicate the shot.
Right.
So it's got to be this.
But I thought you started at one end of the.
No.
And then moved around to the top of the
No,
circle
no.
and all
You
the
can
way
do-
back
You can shoot
around.
anywhere you want. Anywhere
yeah.
you want. You can say, I'm going to do a layup, but it's got to be left-handed. I'm going to do a
Gotcha.
free throw
We
shot,
used
but
to-
it's got to be.
We never did the layup.
What happened,
can't
to
look
our,
at- yeah.
what happened to our backboard? We used to have a hoop
Yeah.
and everything out in the driveway.
Or-
What happened
yeah.
to that? Anyway, dunking prohibited. First player in each game to accumulate the letters HORSE after failing. You get a letter after you miss is eliminated. State Farm, the event sponsor, will donate $200,000 to relief efforts.
This will be fun to watch.
And
There'll be a lot of showboating.
porn thing? Pornhub
Yeah.
is doing a.
Oh, really?
Quite similar. It's hung like a horse.
Oh, how
They'll
about
be having
that?
porn stars in their bedrooms.
Just showing things off.
Yeah, just
Okay.
whipping it out. You know, tape measures.
Whipping it out.
Try this shot.
Yeah.
can
Coming
see,
up, we have a Pat Godwin song.
You hear the virus is getting all of us.
Very excited about a new Pat Godwin. And do you have some more sports?
Yeah.
Okay.
All kinds
And do you
of
have a teaser over there, Christy?
Oh, yeah, we have sex toys in the news. We have a lady who apparently is a fan of Chick McGee's down in Florida.
Hey, lady.
She did a copycat thing, Chick, that you're going to be interested in hearing about.
Oh, all right. I'm very excited. That's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Stuck inside, tired of watching the same old thing? Well, maybe you want to share what you like to watch, and you can wear a pair of orange insoles if you win them. That's right. Go to bobandtom.com/show-in to submit your answer of what you like to watch when you're stuck at home. Tell us your show-in picks. You can submit a new show-in one time per day, so do it daily. Sponsored by orangeinsoles.com. Feel better. Do more with Orange Insoles. They're with you every step of the way. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. People around the world began celebrating Good Friday and Easter from the safety of their homes as rare divisions surfaced in Japan over how to tackle the growing coronavirus outbreak. Politicians and public health officials have warned that the hard-won gain against the pandemic must not be jeopardized by relaxing social distancing over this holiday weekend. Across Europe, where Easter is one of the busiest travel times, authorities set up roadblocks and otherwise discouraged family gatherings. In an effort to cope with the stress of living in the COVID-19 age, you could say it's a howling success in a way, because each evening at 8 p.m., folks scattered across the country have gotten into the habit of stepping out of their homes and howling. That's right. The howls are to thank healthcare workers and first responders trying to stem the tide of the new coronavirus. Some are howling to reduce their pain, isolation, and frustration at being stuck inside. Others have done it to show support for the homeless. Some state leaders, like Colorado Governor Jared Polis, have urged residents to participate. And a woman is accused of putting plaster Easter eggs filled with pornographic and other images inside mailboxes of homes in North Florida. Flagler County Sheriff's officials began getting calls about the eggs April 5th. On Wednesday, more calls came in, after which authorities spotted the suspect's vehicle, stopped the car, and arrested the driver. According to a report, 42-year-old Abril Satoni told them she put the eggs in the mailbox to educate people. She's charged with distributing obscene material, driving with a suspended license, and violating state social distancing rules during the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
I remember way back when I was just a boy going places with my mom and dad. It used to scare me to death how Mama used to act after 6 or 7 beers she's had. We were sitting at a table when Mama got disabled, all the liquor running to her head. And soon I got to choking. Daddy wasn't joking when he grabbed me by the arm and said, "Don't look now, Mama's got her boobs out showing everybody in town." Faces turning red, we were wishing we were dead. There were people standing all around. Yeah. When Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking. There's nothing anybody can do. You just hope and pray there never comes a day when Mama's out drinking with you. Well, we got her in a truck and we started driving home, and Mama said she had to go. Daddy pulled it over, we were standing on the shoulder while Mom was putting on a show. Well, he started up the truck and Mama stood up with her pants still around her knees. When we heard Mama holler, if you give me $1, well, I'll let you take a peek at these. I don't look now, Mama's got her boobs out showing everybody.
Oh, 701 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. We're here.
Thank you very much.
That's right.
Now, Christy Lee is in the glass.
Yes, sir.
Oh, she's in the room behind the glass, I should
Yes,
say.
sir.
And we'd like to check in with the weather forecast. I'm hoping it's a little
Yes, sir.
more pleasant than the one you gave a few minutes ago.
Pretty much the same. Q95, Fox 59 weather. Sunshine today, high 50. CarX Man says it'll be partly cloudy overnight, low 32.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
No boom booms until maybe
Can you
on
do the
Easter.
rthe forecast talking like the car X Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, partly cloudy on Saturday, high 60.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked that.
Hey.
Showers possible on Easter Sunday, high 59. Clear and 33 right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Easter Sunday.
You've got your shot at $1,000 coming up here on Q95. I want to remind you of that. Right now, I'd like you to hear the sound of a whale talking. This is a rare treat.
Oh, man.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, here we go.
Hello?
Here it comes.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Now, not too bad. A couple of those were acceptable. Now,
Yes.
this one's a little weaker.
1, 2.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, baby.
Right off the bat.
1, 2.
Okay.
1, 2.
Yeah. That's just too much homeschooling on the computer. And hey, by the way, hats off to all the parents trying to teach. Unless you're lucky enough to have this your spring break week. Yikes. Okay, you got to clean the house 10 times a day and teach your kids. Okay. Good luck. We're not losing our minds. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. It's great to be here on this, the 10th of April, 2020. Quarantine. It happens. It's still happening. We are here right now. That would be we being Ace Cosby, our engineer, right over there, 10 feet away at least. Social distanced away appropriately. It's Chick McGee at the sports desk.
Hey, man.
There's Josh Arnold. I'm Tom. Behind the glass, Mr. Pat Gowden. Behind the glass, it's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Hi.
Now, we've covered some great stuff in sports. The NBA going to do a correctly distanced horse tournament. I'm very excited about that. Hope they can get some of the alums to participate. Again, I'd love to see Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, some of the greats. I don't know who would be good at horse. I don't think Shaq would be particularly good at horse.
Certainly those names. I would think that every professional player probably has some wild trick shot that they can make almost every time. Remember, Larry used to. I'm pretty sure he did it in a game a couple times. Larry Bird would shoot it from behind the backboard. And it would go in.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
he'd shoot it over.
Yeah, that'd be. That's the great thing about the game of horse. And once again, the NBA is doing a televised game of horse coming up this weekend. It's on Easter. It's a great idea. I think I would just love to see some alums participate. Some of the great players of old.
Maybe that'll be the next series. It'll be the senior tour.
Yeah, or they could. Oh, I'd love to see them also take on some sportscasters. I can think of a couple I'd love to have in there to be humiliated.
I'd take on Bob Costas.
Well,
I bet Costas in horse. You think you could beat Costas?
I'm sure I could. I just hold the basketball.
He should be riding a horse.
Just out of his reach.
Height is absolutely irrelevant in a game of horse.
well, no.
You still calling me Chip, and I don't
Still
like
tough.
it. UFC President Dana White, well, we've been canceled. Vowed for weeks to maintain a regular schedule of fights. By gosh, we were going to do this. But in an interview with ESPN, his network, where the UFC fights air, he said he got a call from the highest level at Disney, and it went a little something like this. Dana? Mitty and I were just sitting around and asked him to cancel the shows. White tells reporters, I love and respect my partnership with them, so I postponed the event. He had initially intended to press on with UFC 249, marked down from 250, which was scheduled for that would be next Saturday, April 18th, as well as other regular fight cards at Taki Palace Hotel and Casino. White said he's still pursuing his plan to build an octagon and everything else necessary to telecast a small batch, if you will, small fight shows on an unidentified private island. We had that story earlier in the week.
He got a good deal from Jeffrey Epstein. They're
for an island?
Yeah, they're in the same. They're in the same class of quality human beings.
Don't ever pass up an opportunity to talk about that. You nut.
The only other person that has his own island is Dr. No, which of course was Dr. No, a famous movie that I think we all know.
Dr. Moreau has his own island too.
Moreau had an island.
Richard Branson has his own island.
Yeah, but I don't have a sound effect for Dr. Moreau. Hey, did you hear that the actress from Goldfinger died, Christy?
Yeah, I sure did.
I didn't hear about that.
Honor Blackman, I did hear about that.
Honor Blackman, which sounds like the name of a porn star who likes likes a particular type of porn actor.
Honor. Well, she does more than honor.
Usually Blackman. She of course portrayed the great Pussy Galore in the movie Goldfinger.
How did they get away with that?
Why did they want to get away with it? So anyway, your point is that the House of Mouse says you're not building an octagon, my friend.
Yeah, you're a little tone deaf there, babe.
Hey, Mickey, you're stuck there with Minnie? I thought you told me she was going crazy.
No, she was.
I told you. She and Goofy.
Never mind.
Virus or no, the gambling itch is still there for many. As a matter of fact, even more so. And they're figuring out the most obscure ways to gamble without traditional sports to bet on. Of course, gamblers are reportedly turning to sumo wrestling, Russian table tennis, and virtual NASCAR races.
Oh, so they're not betting on, like, body count.
Thanks, Josh.
Nick Bogdanovich of the William Hill.
What exactly happened in the last 20 hours?
No.
Reports, I think you had a little something to do with it. Russian ping pong is off the chart popular.
Really?
In betting circles.
You ever watched it?
No, have you?
Have you?
Oh, it's great.
Russian ping pong.
It's great.
Instead of dousing the winner in Gatorade, they douse him in vodka. I mean, it's very Russian.
That is.
I'm on it now.
And it's kind of like Russian roulette because, like, every 27th serve is a grenade. You got to catch it and put the pin back in. It's exciting.
Well,
not a lot of bounce in the ball. It's a little circle of concrete. But
yeah,
you can't
sorry
find
about that,
it.
Vladimir.
You can't find it to stream anywhere, but people are betting on it by the thousands. William Hill, who also took 400 bets on Sunday's NASCAR race at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway.
400.
He said,
I'd like to bet $20 on.
We lost a little on that, he said, but at least we wrote some tickets. It helped me get through an hour and a half of the day for sure.
well, I don't think you're going to bet a whole lot of money on something you're not sure about.
Are you kidding? Gamblers?
Well,
Remember the famous story about
It's a lot.
about Art Schleister, the great quarterback who ended up with a lot of gambling problems.
yeah, well,
And
that's
I
true.
remember the quote, Chick, you do.
No,
about hockey.
No.
Yeah, Art said he was so addicted to gambling he found himself betting on hockey and he'd never watched a game.
I know, sadly, that he would bet on sports that he had no idea about how to bet on.
Yeah,
them.
no, it's a lot
like the action.
of sports fans aren't interested in sports; they're interested in gambling.
Okay.
And, ladies and gentlemen, at last, O.J. Simpson has weighed in on Nevada shutting down golf courses to the coronavirus. Simpson, wearing a polo and a Callaway visor, of course, on Twitter.
Simpson, hey.
Sector 7G.
Hey, Twitter world.
Yeah, there he goes. He said, unfortunate news for us golfers for sure.
He means we golfers.
He does.
Sorry. Just telling you what he said.
I'm saying.
I thought the golfers...
Not just he's also murdering the English language.
feel like this.
And you're surprised by that?
Oh, no.
Okay, that was pretty fact.
Yeah.
You ready, Josh?
Yes.
I thought the golfers were doing a pretty good job. It's golfers, not gophers.
Yeah.
On the thing, golfing with the one cart and all of that. But, this is a serious situation. And the governor of Nevada, Steve Sisolak, I think that's why we elected him to make these difficult decisions. However, OJ mentioned that a group of older golfers he plays with, 3 of whom are over 80, and 2 of whom have had strokes.
On their handicap? Or? Okay, sorry.
Physical strokes. Get their only exercise from golf. He added, unfortunately, they won't be able to play, so I just hope they get outdoors and get some exercise. Me, I get my exercise running from the lawn. No, he concluded his video by saying, stay healthy, Twitter world. Is that pretty
that's
good?
pretty good.
Yeah, close. Yeah.
Stay safe and let's do whatever we have to do to help get rid of this virus.
Did you see it? Did you see the? It's. I mean, it's.
I didn't kill her.
I felt bad for him.
But if I did,
I felt bad for him because there's OJ and his golf stuff and had some brand new gloves.
They fit all right. They were.
I'm glad you're hitting that drum so we know when the punchline is.
We're getting health advice from OJ.
God.
Okay. I wasn't going to social distance myself till the juice told me to.
Man. And coming up.
Now, can you imagine if we'd been social distancing in, what was it, June of 94? It's hard to stab someone when you're 6 feet away. Would have had to probably use a gun.
What, a spear gun? What are we?
I wouldn't go that way. That could be misinterpreted.
You.
Yeah, you wouldn't just want to. You wouldn't want to just chuck it out there, would you?
I'm sorry, Josh. I know you didn't mean that.
No.
Just could have.
Coming up, stupid world record.
Okay, we got some more great
But
stuff.
big news from the compound, Tom.
Oh my gosh.
The Chick McGee compound.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
The 7th camera is in from Simply Safe, baby.
Did you put it on your new fence?
I put it on my new fence. It's gorgeous. I keep an eye on that fence.
You have 7 cameras now at your house?
That's right. I need next thing. I need a video switcher. I need to hire somebody part-time. Just come in.
Well, Christy Lee used to do switching videos for TV
That's
stations.
right.
She could do it for you.
There you go.
Yeah,
like 24 hours. Well, unless you're here, of course.
Well,
I know.
of
And don't be
course.
silly.
Yeah.
Well, she could do it remotely. You could do it right now. I'm not doing anything.
24 hours.
Doing
None of us are doing anything. He's the only one working. You finally said it.
I'm trying.
I mean, right now you're relaxing, proofreading your stuff because it's coming up in a few minutes.
Simply Safe is the do-it-yourself security system technology that we've been telling you about. It's wireless, magnetic technology. Simply Safe makes it easy to finally get comprehensive protection for your home. It's an unbelievable buy all the time, but especially now, you do it yourself. There's nobody coming in, traipsing around your house.
No wires.
No wires. No wires.
No screws.
No fuss, no muss. 1, 2, 3.
You're not going to inadvertently put a screw through that pocket door that you have.
And Simply Safe
Get it
has
all done and go, that's perfect. Open the door. Oh, wait a minute. I just...
Glass breaks, motion sensors, window, door sensors, cameras, of course, and all for just 50 cents a day. You just order it online. You set it up yourself in under an hour. I say way under an hour. And you're home. Voila. And right now, head to simplysafe.com. You get what kind of shipping, Josh?
Free.
And a 60-day risk-free trial. That's simplysafetom.com. I think Josh is about ready to put it in.
That's right. Yeah, it's on its way.
Yeah, I have it, but maybe I'll get to that this weekend.
All right. It's so simple.
I know.
You'll be amazed how simple it is. That's simplysafetom.com for the deals, and show us some love. Make sure they know that we sent you. Simply
course.
Safe, and all of us here wishing you safety and good health.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Also coming up, I believe we're going to hear from Donnie Baker. That's what my little phone is saying. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. It's Bob and Tom Tonight. 20 minutes of video highlights from today's Bob and Tom Show tonight. Just search Bob and Tom YouTube. When you go there, subscribe. That's free. You can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mad Magazine cartoonist Mort Drucker has died in Woodbury, New York at the age of 91. For decades, he made drawings that spoofed politicians, celebrities, and pop culture. His daughter did not disclose a cause of death, but says he took ill last week, having trouble walking and developing breathing problems. He was not tested for COVID-19. Anthrax drummer Charlie Benete says it was an honor to work with Drucker on the band's State of Euphoria album. Drucker drew a cartoon of the Anthrax band members that appears on the back cover of State of Euphoria. Benete tweets that as an artist himself, he used to rush out to buy Mad Magazine to see what Drucker had done. Benete says he cannot express how happy it made him to work with Mr. Drucker later in life. And live scattered around New York, it will be Saturday Night Live. The vulnerable NBC comedy show returns for a new season tomorrow night, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the show will be different. How? Well, we're not really sure. The network says when it returns, it will abide by social distancing rules and we'll have a weekend update news segment, original content from cast members. But it's unclear how SNL will navigate its way around the social distancing rule public health officials have imposed to help reduce the spread of the coronavirus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
The steam begins to rise, it slowly effervesces. Leaves are crinkling under sweet caresses. I cherish this moment of natural bliss. Nothing's missing when I'm pissing outside, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Pissing outside. Come on, America. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. There you go. You know, a rock, a bush, a shrubbery, a tree. You can go anywhere you please. There's so many things that you can christen, so make it like your mission and just start pissing outside, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. You know my favorite place is in the virgin snow. You find a fresh canvas and let it flow. Sign your name.
7:18 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy once again has the weather.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunshine today. Look for a high of 50. Partly cloudy overnight. Could be a freeze warning. Low down to 32. Partly cloudy Saturday. High 60. Showers possible on Easter Sunday. And a high of 59. Clear and 33 right now.
Big plans for the weekend, Josh?
A lot of grilling.
Oh.
In spite of the weather, I don't care. I get out there.
Yeah, so I think
That's right.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
You gotta want it.
Yeah, I've got some grilling planned. By the way, we also, I forgot to mention, coming up, your shot in the relatively near future, your shot at $1,000 coming up. So pay close attention to Q95 throughout the day.
About a half hour, right?
Also, the Bob and Tom after party on the way. And Christy, you got big plans for the weekend?
Nope. Clean my closet.
Oh.
What's in it?
Clothes and shoes, like most people. Yeah. I'm going to dye some Easter eggs. I finally found dye for the eggs yesterday.
Speaking of pot and kettle
Easter
black, but what are you going to find? A wedding dress in there?
Well,
Hey,
one or two or three, thanks.
I wanted to, we were talking about this thing with the NBA, and they're doing.
We're talking about
I love this.
You are excited about
The
it.
NBA's.
Alonzo Bowden and reasonable sports fans are outraged.
They're going to be playing horse remotely. Each participant will be at his or her, I guess, driveway or whatever, or gym. I think it's really cool. But I was thinking of maybe some of the alums should be involved. Mm-hmm. And how did I not think of this guy? Remember this tune?
Reggie.
Wouldn't he be great?
R-E-G.
Oh, yeah.
G-I-E.
Doing a lot of biking.
Reggie.
Wouldn't Reggie be great?
He can still shoot the rock.
Absolutely.
He'd be great at horse.
Yeah. And I was thinking of Around the World. That was the game I was thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you to
Oh, we're back to
Twitter.
what's in your closet?
Well.
You know,
it all ties in. doesn't
Great.
it?
It's not just me. There's no talking to you. No one can talk to you.
Sorry. You ever been around the world?
No?
Okay, just asking. Josh. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Today is the 20th of... no, it's not. What am I doing? Today's the 10th of April. Wishful thinking.
Time traveler.
I'd like to be. Let's see, Mother's Ace. There's Chick, the sports desk. Josh in the sidekick chair.
Hello.
Stuff. If you're getting back to normal, I can tell you're feeling good right now. I can see it. You were a little off this morning.
Josh?
Yeah, I could tell. No sleep. What happened?
Fitful. Yeah.
Okay.
Screaming?
I love that movie, though.
Fitful? Fitful of dollars?
Fitful of dollars. It's Clint Eastwood. It's a weird porno.
What's the movie with...
Well.
You know what? I was just talking about the NBA horse thing. Christy behind the glass. Hear me out on this. The NBA, they're doing this thing where they're going to be playing horse, and my idea was that they should bring in some of the classic alums.
Yes, you
You
said
bring in
that.
Michael Jordan, you bring in Larry Bird. How about this one? Spike Lee versus Reggie Miller in a game of horse. I would watch that.
I don't know. Does Spike have game?
I don't think so.
Spike
And how old is Spike? Isn't he
He's kind of like a little
70-something?
spider monkey, though. He could run around real
Whose
fast.
side are you on?
All we know is if he did play, that TV thing is going to be about a half hour too long.
Like all those movies.
Yes.
There's Christy there
overproduced.
behind the glass at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. And Mr. Pat Godwin is right over there. Pat, we got a new song coming from Pat momentarily.
Okay.
I'm certainly looking forward to that one.
Stupid world record.
What you got?
A Utah man who owns nearly 2,000 board games has decided to seek Guinness World Record certification for his collection.
How many games? What?
2,000?
Nearly 2,000.
I don't really
don't think
made
that's
2,000
enough.
board games.
No kidding.
David Prisbilla is a professor of marketing at Utah Valley, UVU, and I'll be me. The Guinness World Record title for the largest board game collection belongs to Jeff Bosspies with 1,531 different board games. Prisbilla is now looking into getting his collection verified. Prisbilla says he's only played about 2% of his collection, simply due to a busy, busy life. I think he's a big, big liar. He said a lot of them are unopened. A lot of them are just, I really want to play them with somebody, but I also have that kind of FOMO, fear of missing out. I guess that if I don't buy it now, I'll never be able to find it again because I'd never be able to play that song again.
So he barely plays these board
So is
games.
this guy a loner?
Yeah,
Is he all by himself?
My life game in the rain.
Yeah, the one game he doesn't have is life.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten that yet.
God,
No
God.
baby, no wife. No
Are you playing any board games during this?
No, we haven't yet, but I was wistful for
Monopoly?
Hungry Hippos this week.
Lot of
That'd
Uno.
be perfect for the 3-year-old and the
Yeah. Playing a lot of Harry Potter Uno.
Really?
Yeah. Girls
the
are
hell's
really.
that?
That's the regular Uno cards, but they have a Harry Potter theme.
Right.
So,
Boy, I'm out twice.
you've never played Uno?
What's wrong with Uno?
Oh, my.
Nothing. I don't
What about
know.
Yahtzee? You play Yahtzee?
Nope.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Draw 4.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Wild card, draw 4. Yes.
Hey, you was talking about board games. I don't have 2,000 board games like at Dickie's Gun Guinness. I probably got 2,000 marbles from different board games.
Do you?
Yeah, my hungry hippos were bulimic. They'd never stay in a box. Man, I gotta tell you, I've been so bored. I've been hooked on this nature channel since.
Sure, it's great. I love it.
It cracks me up how many people are having trouble with this stay-at-home order, because it's obvious to me some of you have never been on house arrest before.
Well, most people
Because
haven't.
being
Donnie.
quarantined just like being on house arrest.
Uh-huh.
You know, except you ain't got the chunky ankle monitor, and your probation officer ain't making you go downtown once a week to whiz in a cab.
Yeah.
So I don't know why
Otherwise,
everybody's
it's the same
complaining.
thing.
But this Nature Channel, man, they're comparing us humans. This one show, they compared us humans to chimps and orangutans.
Okay.
It's like, well, just because they got disposable thumbs doesn't make them as smart as that.
Not disposable.
And sure, they can peel nanners faster, but let's see them try to adjust carburetor on a 78 Dodge Magnum.
I can't argue with you, Donnie.
And if they're as smart as us, how's come they ain't learned to use toilet paper yet? Or a chainsaw. I swear to God.
Well,
that's what I don't understand. If they can do everything we can do is good, then how come, we don't give them shovel-ready jobs? Like yesterday, my neighbor Mitchell, he had the tree guys over, blocking the whole damn street. I think it's one of them fly-by-night tree services.
Well, why do you think it's fly-by-night?
Because Tom on the truck has said Mike's fly-by-night tree service on it.
Well, that makes sense. I can't argue with you.
Proper permits or license, but they had chainsaws. And chainsaws work. I guess that's what you need for the job.
Yeah.
Them tree guys are amazing.
I agree.
Going up and down them trees like a tweaker on American Ninja. I swear to God. Have you seen tree folk before?
Oh, sure. They're amazingly daring.
Yeah, but they're a rough group of scary dudes, too.
Yeah.
Sort of like Craigslist movers. Always missing fingers.
Oh, jeez.
Teardrop tattoos. There's always one in the bunch named Skeeter, and lots of missing teeth. If you took their teeth out of all their mouths, you still couldn't assemble a full set of chompers.
Oh.
Makes Tiger King's first husband look like Tony Robbins. Swear to God. But God love him, because somebody's, got to help Mother Nature get her nails done. I mean, I ain't afraid of heights, but I'm sure as hell I ain't climbing 300 foot in a tree, at least without Sherpas. I mean, and speaking of climbing high stuff, you ever met one of them dudes who changes light bulbs at the top of radio towers?
Yes, sure.
Absolute lunatics.
Yep.
They make tree people look soft. I was talking to this one tower climber last time I was in Wisconsin. He told me it takes 6 hours to climb atop one of them 1,200-foot radio towers. And he said the whole time it's swaying 10 foot in any direction.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine getting all the way up there and realizing you forgot the bulb in the van? And then I asked him. I didn't care. I said, what happens if Mother Nature hits you and you got to drop a deuce? He told me once you climb for more than an hour, it ain't worth climbing back down, so they just open the hatch from wherever they are up there on the ladder.
Yep.
It's we talked about that. Those are called mud falcons.
Mud falcon, huh?
Yeah.
Well, this guy called them turd eagles.
Oh, all right.
Variation.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he worked west in Mississippi.
Maybe.
Anyways,
I thought he was in Wisconsin.
well, he said the highest turd eagle he'd ever dropped was from over 1,100 foot.
Wow.
He said that'd smash your windshield if you happen to be driving by at the wrong time. And you thought hitting a June bug at 60 mile an hour is bad, but a turd eagle give your windshield varicose veins. So when you're driving and your radio starts to cut out for a few seconds, don't be alarmed. It's probably some bulb changer cutting weight down the side of the tower. Swear to God.
Cutting weight.
Oh, crap. Hang on. Boner, you can't put Jiffy Pop in the microwave that way. Cause it's got something to do with 5G and precious metals. I got a situation.
Oh, boy.
I still love Jiffy Pop.
So do I.
Never had it. I've never had the metal.
I know I had it as a kid, but I haven't.
And it was quality?
Yeah.
It's
fun to
also
watch.
super fun to make it because the aluminum foil poofs out.
Quit my whirly pop.
Me either.
Love it.
I love my whirly pop too, chick. I'm with you.
When this is all over, it's going to be very interesting to see what products went up in sales. I mean, obviously, for example, in television, Netflix and Disney Plus are off the charts.
Liquor off the charts.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if cigarettes went up, liquor, what foods went way up.
Snack foods, probably.
And I wonder what foods will no longer be on shelves, because when you go, they're all still there. The stuff that is being completely ignored.
Yes, I wonder if the other companies will go, whoops.
Yeah.
I
well,
feel
no
sorry
more
for those foods.
some of them I don't.
Oh, I do.
I go, yeah, you're getting what you asked for: spinach Alfredo, artichoke pizza,
Lima beans.
Lima beans, yeah.
Cauliflower mashed potatoes.
I love lima beans. No, but
Who
loves
canned lima beans?
No one looks forward to eating a waxy bean.
Horrible.
What's wrong with you?
I can tolerate them in some things, but I don't.
Lima beans? You really do?
You can just eat a spoonful of lima beans.
Absolutely. I love them.
Right out of the can.
That's interesting.
But I mean, I'll tell you what's also interesting is certain products. One, I can think of one. What's that? What's this stuff called? Oh, this LaCroix water.
Mm-hmm.
They're always out of the orange. So maybe the LaCroix people will figure out, well, wait a second. Whatever the pink stuff is that tastes god awful. Maybe we should maybe we should double the orange and stop making the pineapple fashizzle, whatever.
Maybe some other people like the pineapple.
No, but they're always out of the, my point is inventory wise, they have to be noticing that but it'll be interesting to see in the long run what goes away from all this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of offices are going to find out, hey, why are we renting all this space?
Exactly. We can trim some overhead if we make them
That's
stay
not
home.
good for
We need a conference room and don't need to be paying the rent.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see some of the stuff that occurs out of this. And I'm finally excited for the first time in sports. They're finally doing what I've always wanted to see, NBA horse.
Are you seriously going to watch this?
Yes, I love the game of horse.
No. Monday morning, we'll go, hey, did you watch horse? Oh, I forgot it was on.
No, I had so much to do. I was so busy. It was Easter. I couldn't do it.
I had a kid up on the roof or something.
I'm just hoping to end up Monday with skin on my hands. I've been doing so many chores. And
This one I think they heal.
Yep.
Right back to Crack City.
But we're all doing what we're doing, staying busy, a lot of cleaning, trying to entertain various children can be rather difficult.
I don't envy you at all.
Well, when they closed the playground, that really killed us.
Yeah.
So, well, you want to go for another walk? There's not a lot of kids go, hey, Daddy, can we go for another walk?
Did you put the bounce house up?
What?
You have the bounce house, don't you, or something?
The bounce house has been going up, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, but that's good for 45 minutes if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we had to pick up the one dog and carry her back.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know what her
Why
deal
don't you
is.
take a wagon with you? You could put her in the wagon. I bet you have a wagon, right?
That is pure genius.
I said that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, I probably wasn't listening. You must have been in one of your moods.
Wow. You know what? I'm starting to... It's like I'm not even here all of a sudden.
Hey, Pat, let's do a song, shall we?
Sure.
Gardner Minshew?
No! Oh, I need to get the emails and the Twitters. And, I'm all out of toilet paper at the Hacienda.
Oh, no.
High chaparral, so I went out.
High chaparral. I like that.
Into the pandemic last night.
It's still unbelievable that there are places that don't have toilet paper.
Huh.
It's amazing. Yeah, no, I had to go over there a couple weeks ago to that house, and I noticed there wasn't any toilet
Yeah,
paper.
I'm all out, so I went roaming the aisles, and I'm going to sing about it for you. There's no toilet paper on the shelf. I'm like a zombie walking by myself. You toilet papers hoarders got no soul. I need some toilet paper rolls. Don't try and take me to a Costco. They got no toilet paper anymore. My crack is itchy, sticky, stinky, and sore. I need some toilet paper rolls.
Oh, my God. I can't get over it.
It's a co-write. I'd love some toilet paper rolls. The kind of two-ply that soothes the soul. Those coffee filters have taken their toll. I'd love some toilet paper rolls. I could use a bidet as well. Or Mr. Whipple or Cottonelle. I think my BVDs are starting to smell. I need some toilet paper rolls.
Wow.
Very nice, Pat. Thank you.
Holy moly.
Made my day.
So proud of himself.
Oh, God.
Look how happy he was when that hit.
When that hit.
I just love don't try to take me to a Costco.
Yes, yeah, that's so good.
That's not what you love.
Let's not repeat it.
I finally saw the Costco line for the first time the other day, wrapped around the building, because now they only allow so many people
Well, that's
in.
smart. That's the way to do
I
it.
know, but it was...
Well, are the people social distancing in line?
Yeah, because they have a cart in between them.
Oh.
Everybody has a cart in between them.
Yeah, those Costco carts are like
Yeah, they're
Escalade.
They're like Escalades.
30 feet
Nice
long.
joke, John.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And we're not done with sports, are we?
Yes.
You don't
That
want
was
to. You don't want to review the NBA playing horse on Easter.
I think you review it every time
You can beat that horse to death, haven't you?
Yeah. Yes. There's going to be a presentation officially on ESPN this Sunday. Players competing in horse.
And they're going to be in their own homes or whatever, their own court.
Virtual competition.
I've got another idea.
Mike Conley versus Tamika Catchings this weekend.
And again, if she gets HOR, it's going to be very awkward. The announcers, I'm sure, have been prepped on that.
Yeah, I would imagine so. They're professionals, yes.
This is what's awkward. Right here.
But my idea is, I think it'd be great to involve some celebrities. They could do it in a couple weeks. And of course, obviously, one of our texters said, what about getting the Harlem Globetrotters involved? Oh, my God. Now we're talking great television. Don't you think?
Hey, man, who's that cat coming down?
I don't know. Never cared for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Just a man with the bone. Sure have.
What do you hate? Joy?
I don't
think anyone can name a current Globetrotter.
I can't.
Well, that's for sure.
But I'm with Tom on this. It was a very happy childhood memory of mine. I got to go see the Globetrotters.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was nice.
I saw Meadowlark Lemon in person.
Well, whoop-dee-doo. What was that like, huh?
Who's the most famous athlete you've ever seen in person?
Most famous?
Oh, my God.
Tyson, probably? Is Joe Theismann famous?
Yes.
Joe Theismann?
Not just necessarily in here, but in your entire life. Who's the most famous athlete you've ever seen?
In play or like in
Either.
person.
I mean, I saw Muhammad Ali.
You met Muhammad Ali?
No, I saw him.
Oh.
No, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. You can't draw him.
You overpronounce that. Yeah.
Sorry.
Muhammad Ali.
I said Muhammad Ali.
No, you said Mohammed Ali. Like Mohandas K. Gandhi.
I saw Mo Howard Ali. It was
was Curly Neal with him? And Larry Bird?
See, there's something down.
There's the new Three Stooges.
Welcome to joke archaeology. We'll dust it away. We'll get to something.
Momo.
Wouldn't that work?
Momo. Yeah.
Okay.
Coming up, we have a lot of Tiger King news. New episode coming up Sunday.
New Tiger King stuff coming? Okay.
Yep,
great. All
Sunday.
Right. All right. And we have to come back with a story that Chick McGee and Chick McGee.
Yeah.
What?
Those that have knowledge of Chick McGee are going to be absolutely stunned that this
When you
happened.
hear this.
That this happened again. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
All right.
Longtime fans of the show will be.
Yep.
They'll be stunned.
It's not Captain Obvious, is it?
No. You'll like it. We'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter @Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
He's been coming through these doors a lot over the years. Drew Hastings will catch up with the gentleman farmer, former mayor of a small town in Ohio, coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. You won't want to miss it. Drew Hastings stuck at home with his wife and new young son. Did he ever think this would happen? Let's find out. Coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL announced 58 prospects will participate remotely in the virtual NFL draft in a couple weeks. They also announced that its 3-day draft will coincide with a draft-a-thon that will raise money for 6 charities on the front lines of the virus breakout. The draft, originally slated to be held in Las Vegas, but the league scuttled that plan because of the pandemic that has brought daily life to nearly a standstill. Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow and Ohio State edge rusher Chase Young among those 58 who will participate remotely in the NFL draft in 2 weeks, and that, of course, will double as a telethon. And UFC 249 has been canceled after ESPN and parent company Disney stopped UFC President Dana White's plan to keep fighting amid the coronavirus pandemic. After defiantly vowing for weeks to maintain a regular schedule of fights, White announced the decision to cease competition yesterday on ESPN, the UFC's broadcast partner. UFC 249 scheduled for April 18th, and White planned to follow it with weekly fight cards at a hotel and a casino on tribal land in California's Central Valley. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Do you own a pair of sweatpants?
I hate sweatpants.
Please tell me you have loungewear, like something you don't just wear jeans or something every day, do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine Tom in a wife beater?
With a cigarette hanging out of
and
the
a
mouth.
spaghetti sauce stain right there.
And 2 ice cubes of bourbon and a rocks glass.
All right, who left the crayons out?
I said, listen.
We make that video of you in a white beater. Hey!
Oh,
That'll
Tom.
go viral.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
The following commercial announcement has been paid for by Curly Johnson Industries.
Have you spent a fortune on expensive hair dyes and rinses trying to regain that youthful appearance you once enjoyed, only to find that the hair on your head no longer matches the unattractive gray hair found in your pubic region? Hey, no one wants to go gray down there. And now you don't have to. Introducing Puberts, the first pubic hair color treatment system. Hi, I'm Chick McGee for Puberts. Puberts, you'll think you've died and gone to heaven.
Honey, I'm running late for work. Have you seen my boxer shorts?
Do I have to do everything? Can't you... Hey, wait a minute. My goodness, Tom. Say, have you lost weight? You look great. Listen, I've got some time to kill. Could you help me remove my big brassiere? I really feel like a massage.
Thanks, Pubert.
Later that same day.
Hey, great racquetball game, Tom. Say, you're looking great. Have you been working out? You know, we're looking for a new vice president of operations. Why don't you stop by my office this afternoon and we'll talk about that promotion?
Thanks, Pubert.
Mother Nature had her way. Now your pubes are going gray. No need to go gray down there. Puberts is for pubic hair. Puberts, Puberts.
My youthful look is back.
Puberts, Puberts.
My pubic hair is...
7:43 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you, handsome stranger.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was you?
Oh, you hunk of bear.
Here we go.
Christy,
Come on.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Our holiday forecast, Q95, Fox 59, brought to you by CarX. Sunshine and 50 today. Partly cloudy overnight down to 32. Partly cloudy 60 on Saturday, but showers possible on Easter Sunday and a high of 59. Clear and 33 currently.
Oh, yeah.
Reggie, 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 Reggie.
R-E-G-G-I. Number 42.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, he played.
He's from St. Louis, of course. He's being funny. Or
Reggie Jackson. He was, wasn't he?
44.
Yeah,
44. Sorry, yeah. 44.
Reggie was
Any
31.
craps player will tell you that. Come on, 44.
You're right, and the 44
Reggie
caliber
Jackson.
killer, yeah.
Well, that derailed. NBA doing horse. I'm just thinking, I'd like to see if they'd pull some alums and maybe bring Reggie out.
Why would they bring Reggie Jackson into it, though?
Reggie Miller.
I'm
Hang
sorry,
on a
who?
second. I stopped off at the gun store the other day, and
we need to.
I haven't tried this.
Oh, what you got
I
there?
haven't tried this one out yet.
We need to zoom Reggie.
Is there a bullet in here?
Ah, there sure was.
The flesh wounds. Don't be such a pussy. Come on.
Ah, right above the collarbone.
Keep listening for more shots at that big money. Here we go. Speaking of Duke Tomato. Sounds good, Duke.
No, he was in his head. He was having the longest
I know why.
about Duke.
Never mind. Yeah.
Never mind. It's a complicated world.
I've got a bone to pick.
We're here to confuse everybody. We're socially distanced in this big studio. This is Tom speaking.
That's why it makes it hard to connect.
There's Ace, the proprietor of the Omaha Steak. From the Ace Cos. Air.
Hey!
That could have gone either way, right? Arnold's our sidekick. He's over there. Do you consider Josh your sidekick, Chick, as well as mine?
Yes.
Isn't that
I know
nice?
the chain of command on the show's a little fuzzy sometimes, but I think Christy and I, just because we've
endured,
hung in there, we need to.
Yeah.
Christy Lee behind the glass in the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Mr. Godwin with a great new song. We'll have to hear that again. Pat is at the kids' table.
Let's not forget
in that little room over there.
Last hired, first fired.
Okay.
What?
Now, did you say that you had a bone to pick?
I got this sweater yesterday.
I love
it. You know my tradition. Whatever I get in the mail, I put it right on and wear it for a couple weeks.
Yep.
And then
Every
put it
day.
aside or sell it.
You're supposed to wash
I was
it
told by
immediately.
someone yesterday, who I value their opinion. She said, "I don't know if that's a robe or a sweater."
Right.
Oh, that's a sweater.
And I
Stand up,
said,
let me
"Well,
see."
good for me." Well, it's a traditional.
Oh, is that from the Fred Rogers collection?
Kind of.
No, that's I saw that. That was left to you in Ozzie Nelson's will.
The color kind of coordinates with Josh's shirt today. It looks very nice.
This is my favorite, a nice burgundy.
It's got a picture of us with our arms around each other.
Yeah.
Is it what kind of material? Is it a merino wool?
Well, it's
Velour? No, it's got to be felt. Go tweak his nipple.
unborn panda.
Sorry, we can't do that anymore. Social distancing.
Oh, you've got a little panda in there?
That actually looks very nice on you.
My point is, I can't believe we sat here and you haven't. What an ugly sweater, but you haven't said a word about it up until.
He hasn't noticed.
In my defense, you'll see there's a computer screen in front of me.
I know.
There's one in front of you. I can't see. I can only see you from the neck up.
Sort of a Mr. Belvedere sweater.
It is.
Food on the china and a whore on the floor.
So when you got this thing, did you open the package immediately?
I dropped kick the jacket.
Oh, here we go. Did you leave it sitting on your porch for 3 days?
24 hours.
Yeah,
of course, is what-
You pick it up with tongs, put it in your garage for 24 hours,
yes,
open it with
absolutely.
gloves, and dump it onto a clean towel.
That's exactly what I did with it.
Then you put it in the washing machine.
Exactly.
This virus hates soap. There you go. Okay.
There you go.
All right, I'm just saying. Well, that looks very nice on you, Chick. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a good color on you, and it's also kind of Redskins appropriate, your favorite team. In the meantime, Chick, this next story is just for you.
All right.
When I saw this,
Other people can listen, though, right?
yeah, but you're going to love this, and you'll see why.
Yeah, you'll know.
Life is more than mass survival.
Yeah, Chick's got a burgundy jacket. That's what he wears to work it.
Mr. Belvedere. Man, that's a great thing.
A Florida woman was arrested Wednesday night for allegedly filling hundreds of residential mailboxes with plastic Easter eggs stuffed with pornographic pictures and religious writings.
Hacking McGee.
Now,
She's stealing your thunder,
now,
Chickie.
Chick, tell everybody the story.
When I was, we have a date on it.
17.
1972, so I would have been 15, 14, 15 years old. Me and 3 buddies, and I know who they were, and I remember their names.
Can you give first names?
Freddie, Daryl, and Dave. And Freddie's dad.
Oh, Freddie's dad. Good song.
Freddie's dad.
I love that song.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
His was a judge, like a big time, like a big badass judge. Anyway,
Here come the judge.
I don't know whose idea it was. I'd like to take credit for it, but I don't think I was the author of some of the notes that we put in these colorful. They would put marshmallow marshmallow eggs wrapped in aluminum foil and tossed them out in the park. Well, the park was like a block from ours.
And the kids would go looking for them, and you decided that you would...
And they actually did do this. They would wrap little pieces of paper, little coupons in the eggs, and then moms and dads, the kids would find there, and they would go down. Like a coupon.
Sure.
Oh, very nice.
Frequent downtown London.
And you decided to...
And we decided to put things in it like your mom has won a rubber for Easter. And that was one of the tamer thoughts we had.
So you're putting filthy pornographic messages in
for the
these
children to find on Easter morning.
And then you told the story on the air, and someone actually did the homework, and they found the actual newspaper with the headline...
Obscenities, Mar Easter egg hunt. On the front page of the Madison Press.
That's so wonderful.
And we have a copy of it here.
In April of 1972.
Back to today's story, a lady in Florida apparently putting pornographic photographs in Easter eggs and stuffing them in mailboxes.
Ms. Abril Sestoni, 42, admitted to police she distributed over 400 pamphlets in recent days across Flagler County for educational purposes. The suspect was busted after witnesses reported seeing her deliver explicit eggs containing porn to mailboxes on Hernandez Avenue.
Wow. Wow. That's
Hernandez Avenue.
Oh, nice. Nice.
What's wrong with you?
I like Fernando's Hideaway. You stop.
What's odd about this is that it says that she was putting pornographic photographs and religious writings.
Yeah, I don't see the connection.
Oh, that's weird. This lady's
like, don't let this happen to you, John 3:16.
Yeah, this
or something?
probably is. There's some tick in the wrong direction.
She said she was trying to educate people, but
oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
I will never
putting the Peter in Peter Cottontail.
Sure.
Wow.
Free porn, no? Huh?
It's an Easter miracle.
Well, I imagine someone went to their mailbox and opened one of these things. And
Sure, yeah.
Much to their dismay.
Or delight. We don't know.
Wow. Okay, well, good luck to you, honey.
You would have to think when we pulled the prank we did back all those years ago, you would think some of the parents saw those little slips of paper.
Oh, man.
Just laughed.
Well, I'm sure
they had to.
They tried to hide it from their kids.
Yeah.
They don't want their kids to know the word rubber.
How much trouble did you get at home, though? Lots?
I'm almost certain I kept it away from the Terminator.
With a headline in the paper, even?
But they didn't have the names of the kids.
Well, we were underage. And one of them, I think Freddie was 18, now that I think about it.
Oh, so old enough to know better.
So did you get caught literally, or did...
No, Freddie and Daryl took the fall.
Oh.
Yeah, they got. I think they got like 6 months probation or something.
Oh, my.
They got a record?
Yeah, justice was swift. I mean, it wasn't a felony.
I'm sure it's been expunged by now.
I've told you other things about Freddie, haven't I? Remember this?
Is he still with us?
No, I think he might be, yeah.
Okay. Well, by the way, Josh, if you're ready to sing, I've got it for you.
Oh, okay.
I know a dark
I will strangle you with your headphone cord.
Where no one knows your face.
Here it comes.
A glass
Is there a better
of wine, a fast embrace.
castanet playing?
It's called
Hernandez Avenue.
Long way to go, but well worth the payoff.
Oh, nice tango music.
And I'm with
I
Chick.
miss
That
dancing.
castanet player.
Unbelievable. The best it is. Yeah.
That's the first call castanet guy.
Yeah. He wears a beeper, the whole thing.
Yeah, they want him all the time.
Yeah, old Kenny Finger Clams Johnson.
Yeah, you can't get Kenny.
No, not anymore. Yeah.
Now, Christy, do you know the show that's from?
No, do not.
Chick?
I don't, but it's a show that everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fairly famous
Pajama
Broadway
Game.
show.
Pajama Game.
Pajama Game, yeah.
Or you say pajama, I say pajama, pajama.
What's a pajama game?
I say Rosanna.
Was that a movie?
It's
or
a factory in the play.
It was a movie too, I believe.
Pat, weren't you in Pajama Game with Paul Lind or something?
Yes, Paul Lind and I were in it.
Oh, really? Did you get to spend much time with Paul Lind?
Yeah, did Paul play a pajama game with you?
I picked him up from the airport for Kenley Players when I was an intern. He and his
was he nice?
Oh, he was drunk and hilarious.
Okay, yeah.
Hilarious, yeah.
Don't you remember the Kenley Players?
Sure.
They traveled in Ohio.
No, and Pat literally, he knows all these old actors from back in the day when he was working with them.
Well, the very first year I got to perform with a lot of people, and Paul Lind was one of them. Yeah, my first year as an intern.
Great.
Anyone you don't know?
Well, there's a lot of people I don't know. I don't know you, really.
It's not the real you.
Like John Davidson and Marianne Mobley. Stop the World. I want to get off.
Mitzi Gaynor.
At Veterans Memorial Auditorium.
I love Mitzi
Henry
Gaynor.
Winkler that year.
One week.
Vincent Price I met.
Great.
You were on the Johnny Carson show with,
As a background singer,
with Mitzi Gaynor.
Were you really?
Need some documentation on
Did you have the video of that?
Somewhere my mom has it, I think. You heard it on the radio just the other
I
day.
just heard of the.
She was a beautiful woman, Mitzi Gaynor.
She was. She still is. She's a wonderful lady.
So your mom can get this to us?
I'm not.
Are you speaking to your mom right now?
Of course I am.
Morning, Khaki.
Yeah, she has a lot. I'm making sure she's okay. Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, she's
How's her sister, Olive Green? Is that anything?
Olive green khaki.
Yeah, her nickname is Khaki.
Olive,
by the way.
Olive Khaki.
I used to love Paul Lynde on the Hollywood Squares.
Oh,
of
who
course.
didn't?
You play Peter Marshall. You ready?
Okay.
Why do motorcyclists wear leather? You're Peter Marshall. And I'm Paul Lynde.
We'll take the center square. Why do motorcyclists wear leather?
Because you find wrinkles so easy.
Not bad.
There you go.
We'll come back with another song with Pat. And we've
Hernando's
got coming up in about 25 minutes. We'll talk with comedian Drew Hastings, who is socially distancing himself on his farm.
Man, his kid's cute. Have you seen pictures of him lately?
No.
Oh, I'll show you at the break. Well, I can't show you at the break.
Like a little mini Drew.
Oh, I'll send it to you on your phone. He's adorable.
Looking down on everyone, pontificating. Okay, we'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, one thing you might want to look into is a Bob and Tom VIP membership. It'll take up hours of time as you go through the Bob and Tom archives, the complete album library. Plus, you have access to the Bob and Tom Show. You can listen at any time, commercial-free and on demand with our daily podcast. Listen in the evening. Listen as you fall asleep. Listen on your front porch. Doesn't matter to us as long as you listen. You can also watch a live 7-camera video stream of the show as it happens each and every day. Jeff Oskey taking care of that for us. If you love the Bob and Tom Show, how about full access right now? Check out Bob and Tom's VIP premium service. You go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. People around the world began celebrating Good Friday and Easter from the safety of their homes as rare divisions surfaced in Japan over how to tackle the growing coronavirus outbreak. Politicians and public health officials have warned that the hard-won gain against the pandemic must not be jeopardized by relaxing social distancing over this holiday weekend. Across Europe, where Easter is one of the busiest travel times, authorities set up roadblocks and otherwise discouraged family gatherings. In an effort to cope with the stress of living in the COVID-19 age, you could say it's a howling success in a way, because each evening at 8 p.m., folks scattered across the country have gotten into the habit of stepping out of their homes and howling. That's right. The howls are to thank healthcare workers and first responders trying to stem the tide of the new coronavirus. Some are howling to reduce their pain, isolation, and frustration at being stuck inside. Others have done it to show support for the homeless. Some state leaders, like Colorado Governor Jared Polis, have urged residents to participate. And a woman is accused of putting plaster Easter eggs filled with pornographic and other images inside mailboxes of homes in North Florida. Flagler County Sheriff's officials began getting calls about the eggs April 5th. On Wednesday, more calls came in. after which authorities spotted the suspect's vehicle, stopped the car, and arrested the driver. According to a report, 42-year-old Abril Satoni told them she put the eggs in the mailbox to educate people. She's charged with distributing obscene material, driving with a suspended license, and violating state social distancing rules during the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Coach.
Well, due to coronavirus, our Little League draft has been postponed again.
Yeah.
Little League draft.
I tell my kids, take this time during quarantine to figure out what you're going to be. I'll say there's only two kinds of kids in baseball. The first kind wants to win, knows he's going to win. The second kind of kid knows he's not going to win. He just wants to show up every year and be seen. Then he drops out. He's called Bernie Sanders. You understand?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
8 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you, Chick McGee.
You're welcome, sir.
Let's find Christy Lee. Oh, there she is.
Right
a quick
here.
forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Plenty of sunshine today. Look for a high of 50. Partly cloudy overnight, down to 32 degrees. Partly cloudy and 60 on Saturday. Showers possible Easter Sunday, high 59. We have sunshine 33.
Thank you very much. Coming up, Drew Hastings will be our guest in about 20 minutes. Look forward to that, certainly. Also, look forward to a serious shot at paying some of your bills. Listen carefully for instructions on what to do. We also have the Bob and Tom after party, and right now I'm very excited about what the NBA is doing. They'll be playing Horse coming up on Sunday. A little bit of Duke Tomato, thank you. Now, why am I playing this? Thank you. It's Duke Tomato, of course, from back in the day. Manner of Reggie Miller. Josh.
Miller.
Great pacer.
I'll look him up.
The reason I'm playing this is my idea would be for the NBA to extend this Horse stuff. It's being done remotely, of course, from a number of players will be participating in this. But what if they brought out some of the great alums like Reggie Miller?
Yeah.
I was thinking Reggie could take on Spike Lee. Wouldn't that be great? You could kind of maybe title the show based on some of Spike's most famous movies. Like you could have Do the Right Hook.
Oh.
Mo Better Moves.
Mm-hmm. Spike directed a movie called He Got Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to make it. These would all work.
He's going to make it, Joe.
I think it's cool. There's nothing going on in sports. Why not? So the NBA is going to be, it'll be, and also Tamika Catchings is also involved in this as well.
Yeah.
So she'll be at her residence with a hoop playing or whatever.
You know what? Anything goes. It's fine.
I think it's good.
Yeah. It's hard to
saying,
criticize.
wouldn't it be really cool if they got maybe Larry Bird, Michael Jordan to do one of these?
That would be fun.
I think people bet on that. Now, we talked to Alonzo Bowden. He explained to me that commercial where they knock one off the van that goes into the...
Oh, those were classic.
Yeah.
It was allegedly faked.
They don't want knock one off.
I don't know what kind of conspiracy theorist came up with that, but in any event, that'll be something cool coming up this Sunday. A little Easter thing in the world of sports. Finally, some sports. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, by the way. Let's see now. Ace Cosby is over there, our engineer. Coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Good weekend for some Omaha Steaks, don't you think?
Oh, I know I'm taking part.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's Chick McGee, the sports desk. Josh Arnold, our sidekick. This is Tom speaking. We are, of course, socially distanced here in our big studio. Then in the smaller ancillary studios, you'll find Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union news room.
Hi.
All by herself. Through the glass, she can see, and so can we, Pat Godwin. His guitar over there. A handful of others in the building. Not a lot.
No.
And they're all in sad, windowless rooms. Sorry.
Doing far more work than we ever have.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Not blurting out everything that pops into their heads. Yeah.
But right now, since we mentioned the delicious Omaha Steaks, that's right. Omaha Steaks is very proud to present the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Not really jokes, more observations brought to you by Omaha Steaks.
Easter's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the Easter Bunny have a hat on?
Oh, I don't know.
He was having a bad hair day.
Was he?
Easter Bunny's favorite sport? Basketball.
Baskets. Yeah, of course.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was going to be a twofer.
That's a threefer.
I did not write those.
Oh, no.
Basketball. I like you recapping it as we're trying to laugh. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And that was Omaha Steaks presents the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Thank you very much. It's seasonal. I like
Yes.
it.
Money's worth now.
Okay, now, where were we? Well, we were talking with Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Christy, what's happening?
An adult toy company in New Zealand says their sex toy sales have tripled during the country's coronavirus lockdown. Emily Wrights, that's her name, a spokesperson for Adult Toy Megastore, said...
Oh, sure. Yeah, fine products.
Oh, yeah.
Orville Wright's great granddaughter.
It's spelled a little different, but
okay.
We're selling a lot of beginner toys. It definitely looks like people are saying, quote, I've got time. I might try something new.
How about that?
Adult Toy Megastore says it experienced spikes in sales that coincided with major news announcements around the coronavirus. Purchases tripled in New Zealand, Australia, and Britain on March 11th when the World Health Organization declared the virus a pandemic. Sales doubled in Australia on March 22nd when Prime Minister Scott Morrison announced that bars would close. By the way, for your information, New Zealand, the government there has deemed Adult Toy Megastore an essential service because it sells condoms and medical items.
And New Zealand way ahead of this thing in terms of...
Yeah, but did you know that they vibrate the other way?
Isn't that interesting?
They spin counterclockwise.
Yeah, that's down there.
You knew that.
Down next
Down under, yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you go, so you can go down
Under. Apparently you can, yeah.
Those Kiwis.
Mommy's spending a lot of time in her room. I thought she was supposed to be homeschooling. Okay. Well, Mommy's going to take a 20-minute recess. You two go play outside.
Daddy buys toys too now. Come on. This isn't just
I'm disturbed by the name of that place.
the Megastore?
The Adult Toy Megastore? Or
Why?
what is it called? Is that what
That's it.
Why? It's got everything you need to know about it right there in the title.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to see that in a storefront.
This has got
What's
you.
wrong with you?
You're driving by with the kids and, hey, can we go to the toy store?
It
Oh, they're
says
not that one.
adult. You just tell them no. It says
Yeah, no, it's
adult
for
toy.
adults.
This has got you naming something all over it.
Yeah.
Well, call it soft petals. Call it. Say what it is.
Dildo Paradise? What are you talking? What do you mean?
Vibration Heaven.
That's, by the way, Dildo Paradise, a great album.
Soft Petals is
Rycooter, Into the Purple Valley.
That's a high-class website, Soft Petals.
Rycooter, it's Cooder.
Of course. No, I'm a pump. Yeah.
Don't get the wrong idea.
No, well.
Yeah, there's probably some sad porn guy named Ripe Cooter.
Oh, no.
The stampede to Google begins.
Oh, God, Into the Purple Valley is a great album. If you're looking for some...
if music hadn't existed other than that, it'd be unbelievable listen.
Oh, my God. Oh, God, talking to the Philistines can be so difficult. Perhaps we should break out another song, Pat.
Well, we could do this one because I have we can do his new song because we have a story that kind of coincides with it.
What's that?
A bakery in Finland has been able to stay open for business by making novelty cakes that look like rolls of toilet paper. After its regular...
Don't wipe with that.
Yeah. This just made more of a mess.
Oh, come on.
After all of its regular orders had
Haven't
been
had this
canceled.
much cake in my fingers since the wedding.
Iran Tosarova Bakery in Helsinki created the toilet roll cake out of oat batter and passion fruit mousse.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
That they
decided they'd make it so no one would eat it.
Yeah.
How could we make this taste like crap?
They then covered it with white fondant. The cakes became a hit on social media. The bakery has had to hire additional staff now to keep up with the hundreds of cake orders.
You know what the Pink Panther likes to bake cakes with, chick?
No, what?
Fondant. 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 Nobody laugh at that. Don't encourage it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Don't you think, even if you're at the bakery, you would have to say fondant every time?
Fondant.
You couldn't pronounce it normally.
Fondant.
Do we have any more fondant? No, I would. That's
So
what I'd
it
say.
looks like. I'm going to see.
Looks like a toilet paper roll. Exactly.
Oh, so do you use it on a sheet cake? I guess, or a bunt cake. I love saying the word bunt cake.
I know you
always
do.
Makes me.
Can we hear Pat's song now?
Sure.
Well,
Sure.
Dean is going to play on the new one in just a little bit, but
Oh,
I do
I
have.
thought you had-
I could do some Johnny Cash TP for you.
Oh, here we go.
Johnny Cash toilet paper news?
Well, I left Kroger about 2:15 and went to buy some TP, but there's no toilet paper, just empty racks.
Empty racks.
Thank you, Josh. I went on to the dollar store, but they said they didn't have any more. My family's gonna need at least a 4-pack.
4-pack.
We're about a week away from using paper towels and coffee filters not meant for bowels, so I gotta come up with a plan that can't be traced. They got a couple of restrooms where I work. Please don't think that I'm a jerk. I took some TP and hid it in my guitar case. Yeah, I'm getting it one square at a time. Yeah, hell, it ain't no crime. This coronavirus has taken its toll. Everybody's gone nuts and we gotta wipe our butts. By the end of the month, I should have a full roll.
All right.
Thank you, Josh.
The man in brown.
Thank you, Pat. Black.
Oh.
If it's black,
Oh, look at this.
Sorry,
Look at
school's
it.
dangerous.
I was just going through some of the emails we're getting from all over the place. This is so nice. I'm an avid sports fan, writes Cody.
Hi, Cody.
Who's their favorite sportscaster?
Well, look at this sentence that's not here. My favorite sportscaster is Chick McGee.
Oh, the code loves you.
Everybody's favorite.
Hey, look at that.
He's been working 11-hour days. Cody says, I've been working 11-hour days. I was wondering if Pat Godwin would play his great sports song about a certain quarterback from Jacksonville. I know it's.
I do not need
says,
to answer the email.
I know it's Chick McGee's favorite song.
Love it.
So we'll get to that coming up in a few minutes. Of course, we're talking about the Gardner Minshew tribute.
Certainly.
One of my favorites.
You know, I don't think it's the song. I don't think it's the situation. I think it's the way you say Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, it's very-
every single time.
Gardner Minshew.
Like Art Fern.
Like you're chewing on a parsley.
It is sort of Art Fern-like.
Again, for Ricky the Wonder Pony. And
Mr. Minshew. So we got a couple good ones coming up. What else? Well, give me the teaser, Christy.
Well, if you're looking to portray your pet as royalty, we can help you with that coming up.
And that, well worth the wait.
Well worth.
Utterly hilarious.
If you have not seen these.
I think a lot of us have been spending a great deal of time with our pets.
Yeah.
And one of my golden retrievers protesting.
Oh, boy.
I think Christy had I
realize
guess
you're the owner?
Both you and Christy had next time I'm gonna have to take a wagon.
Yeah.
Because
and that's cute, too.
Winnie keeps stopping. Yesterday, lying down in the street, car coming. Had to flag the guy down, and I gave him the look like, I don't know what to do. And we finally picked Winnie up and took her to the side of the road. She's
had to flag the car down. Gave him the I don't know what to do look.
Actually, it was a truck. Yeah, she's just
man.
lying there.
Man.
We're crossing the street. She just sits, then lies down.
Don't you feel sorry for that innocent motorist who's just exposed to his psychotic behavior?
She's 2 years old. She's a golden retriever. Has no interest in doing anything golden retrievers are supposed to do.
Doesn't retrieve. Isn't very golden.
The other two see a tennis ball. She sees a tennis ball and she goes, "What's that for?"
Do you think that's why they gave her to you?
It could be.
Yeah.
Give is not the word you're looking for.
Does she has her hearing and everything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
what's
no,
going
I mean,
on.
maybe sometimes in this situation, a dog can't hear very well, and you have to use
she can
hand
hear.
signals.
No,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's doing it on purpose? Like when Monkey steps on my foot?
It's one of the funniest things. There are three dogs sitting there. You call one by name, and the right one turns around. So they figured that much out. I don't know. But at this point, we will return with some more music from Pat.
And we have a lot of Tiger King news. Couple big Tiger King stories.
Okay. Right now, I want to remind you about getting a great shave. Right now, you probably don't feel like going to the drugstore just to get a razor.
No.
I don't think that'd be worth the trip.
No.
You get behind the guy with that hacking wet cough. It's just a cold. I know because I read about it on the internet. No, this is a good time to be getting stuff delivered to your house. How about some Harry's razors? Harry's has the best offer ever. You know the Harry's story? A couple guys said, what are we paying way too much for? Did their homework and found out it was razor blades, and they realized they don't need to have the fancy ball on it, and you don't need to shove a battery in a razor. You just want to have great steel. That's what they did. They found a factory in Germany, been making great steel for 100 years. Join the 10 million men who've tried Harry's, and new customers get $5 off the Harry's trial set, plus free shipping. So what does that mean, $5 off? Well, you go to harrys.com, use the code Bob and Tom, and you get the razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover for $3. That's right, $3, and the shipping is how much, Josh? Free. So this is the best offer ever. Try Harry's. It's going to arrive at your house in the mail. Try it out, and then you can make arrangements to have more delivered. It's that simple. The refills are about half the price of the expensive ones you've been paying way too much for so long. We did the math on this and figured you're going to save about $100 a year. So check out Harry's. I had a great shave this morning. Thank you, Harry's. Harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom for the razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover. It's a comfortable shave. I think you're going to like it. I think you're also going to like that foaming shave gel especially. Now, once again, it's Harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom. It'll help us. It'll help you. Harry's Razors, a great idea that's paying off. Now, when we come back, we also have, you ever been to one of those bars where they have some unique thing that they do? There's a famous bar, for example, that has dollar bills stapled all over the ceiling.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
They're in the news doing something kind of interesting with that money when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rolling through a Friday. Yes, we're here live. It is April 10th. Comedian Drew Hastings on the way. And remember, at bobandtomstore.com, you can get T-shirts, hats, all sorts of fun stuff for the Bob and Tom fan in your life, including the You Guys Rock sweatshirt. It's a vintage sweatshirt seen worn recently by a Japanese pop singer when we used to have concerts. Remember those? Just go to bobandtomstore.com. Click on hoodies and tees to order this vintage sweatshirt today. Bob and Tom, you guys rock. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mad Magazine cartoonist Mort Drucker has died in Woodbury, New York at the age of 91. For decades, he made drawings that spoofed politicians, celebrities, and pop culture. His daughter did not disclose a cause of death, but says he took ill last week, having trouble walking and developing breathing problems. He was not tested for COVID-19. Anthrax drummer Charlie Benete says it was an honor to work with Drucker on the band's State of Euphoria album. Drucker drew a cartoon of the Anthrax band members that appears on the back cover of State of Euphoria. Benete tweets that as an artist himself, he used to rush out to buy Mad Magazine to see what Drucker had done. Benete says he cannot express how happy it made him to work with Mr. Drucker later in life. And live scattered around New York, it will be Saturday Night Live. The vulnerable NBC comedy show returns for a new season tomorrow night, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the show will be different. How? Well, we're not really sure. The network says when it returns, it will abide by social distancing rules and we'll have a weekend update news segment, original content from cast members. But it's unclear how SNL will navigate its way around the social distancing rule public health officials have imposed to help reduce the spread of the coronavirus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
I was watching TV with my buddy Stevie when we saw the strangest thing. It was so compelling, a woman was selling maxi pads that had wings. I turned to channel 3.
818 Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
I don't know what it is. It just seems so peaceful in here. You can hear the birds sing. It's just nice, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah.
Hear that dog barking in the background. It's
not quite
peaceful in here. Oh, God.
The tranquil pond has been ruined by a stone.
It's like,
I know you're kidding.
It's like Greg Warren walking into your favorite pizza party. McGee, Chick McGee. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get a forecast out of Christy. Is she in the can? Do we know what's happening?
She's having some issues, yeah.
Dumping it up. Dumping it up.
She's earlier in the day.
Hosing it down. I noticed this morning the toilet paper we complained about on the packaging. It says deluxe.
That's deluxe. That's D-lie.
I don't have a problem. I could suffer through the toilet paper. It's the dispenser that we have to ball bat out of here, okay? We need to knock it off the wall and throw it out in the front yard.
Yeah, we need to just get...
We've got a monkey dispenser.
It's the monkey holding a stick.
A monkey
the stick's
butler.
gone.
Yeah, right. Oh, the stick's gone?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, who took the stick?
I don't know. There's Christy. Christy,
Sorry about that.
Weather time. It's okay.
Q95 Fox 59
You look
weather.
thinner.
Yeah, how was that crud?
Man, your clothes are fitting
Let's
better.
watch the video. Christy.
Well,
nice.
whatever.
That's an interesting
Oh, yeah.
approach.
Yeah, looks like a good
She's
one.
a front wiper.
Oh, no.
Interesting.
Sunshine today. Look for a high of 50. Partly cloudy, down to 32 tonight. Partly cloudy, 60 on Saturday. I just keep on moving. Easter Sunday, showers possible and a high of 59.
Is that going to be a
Sunny and
defense?
33. What?
Look, Your Honor, it was during the Corona thing. Everything we say is taken with a grain of salt.
Dude,
You can't really.
I think so. We're all
nuts,
bug nutty right now.
As far as I know, courts are closed. You can do whatever you want.
They are closed. I have a good friend who's a judge. Hi, Judge Gary.
The Purge.
The Purge.
Yeah, 12 hours.
Yeah, I do think that this is going to be there'll be an entire generation of lawyers doing nothing but coronavirus lawsuits. This will be TV commercials early in the morning. Did your boss from coronavirus?
Oh man!
Mark my words.
Did you have a cough and weren't
it'll happen. Now, coming up, your shot at some very serious cash. Also coming up, we're going to hook up, I think, with comedian Drew Hastings. At some point soon, we have I understand the Godwin Metcalf
duo. Yeah,
duo. Do you need a name for that band?
Well, you're good at the naming.
Let's see, Godwin.
We don't have to do it now.
How about Pat and Jeremy?
Like Chad and Jeremy.
Yeah, we'd have to rename Dean, but I don't think that's a problem.
It's very close.
Dean anyway.
Yeah. We could go, or we could do Godwin and the Deaners.
Yeah.
Like Freddie and the Dreamers.
Something else is top of mind.
Yeah, something famous like Freddie and the Dreamers. There we go. We're back. This is the Bob and Tom Show, worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast, on great radio stations like this one. If you're in your car listening, don't forget when you get home, if you don't have a radio, you can use that smart speaker thing and get your favorite radio station. We appreciate that very much. Ace Cosby is our engineer. Did I mention that we're also worldwide on the YouTube? Is that going on? Okay, good. So you can get emails from all over the world, people watching, which is really fun. Chick McGee's the sports guy. There's Josh, the sidekick. Very, very kind of meditative this morning, Josh.
Oh, my little too pensive.
Sort of
reflective,
unusually even-keeled. Christy Lee is putting up with us behind the glass. She's in the performance room all by herself.
Yeah.
Socially distancing in the proper manner. Pat Godwin is at the kids' table, formerly the Nuremberg room. We're going to hook up momentarily with comedian Drew Hastings. But first, we...
Did you see the picture of his kid I sent you?
Yes, I did. Very cute.
Just adorable.
Just adorable.
And
I don't know. It looks a little weak to me.
Oh, you think so? You think
okay, there's Mr. Hastings.
Drew heard that. That's right.
Now, Drew, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm right here.
Drew,
that really looks like an
I'm
office.
right here.
It does.
Let me at Chick. Just let me at him.
Hey, Drew, I can't help but notice the signed photographs on the wall behind you are pictures of Drew Hastings.
Well, it's his office.
Well, that's simply my wall of achievement. It's not. It's not finished yet. It's not unlike what you have in your hallways of your years of Bob and Tom.
No, I have pictures of my kids and.
Well, there's pictures of you and Bob out in the hallway.
Oh,
in the hallway, but I'm not in my office.
In the
God
office,
knows I got enough of those.
Drew, who is that a bust of behind you?
Yes.
A bust.
On the,
right
on the
behind
top
you.
of the
Look over your shoulder.
Oh, that's that phrenology skull.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I love that stuff.
Phrenology.
Oh,
you rub your head.
Yeah.
And how you can tell whether people are a-holes.
Right.
You're looking at certain parts of their cranium.
Yeah. Now, Drew, it looks like you haven't been shaving.
Well, I actually shaved. I was very much proof of life photograph as of yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that a mustache you're growing?
No, that's
What? No, it's
not a mustache.
It's a worm on his lip. What do you got to do?
No, I think it's actually just a little discoloration from me having ground a shaver to my face.
Oh, okay.
Because I hadn't shaved in so long.
Well, now you're at your home in Ohio.
Yes,
are you
I'm at
on the farm? Are you on the farm?
I'm at the farm. It's been there's been changes. First of all, cattle are herd animals. And so social distancing becomes a real issue. They don't want to stay 6 feet apart. I've gone through 4 cattle prods. And I finally just got rid of them. I don't need this.
I see. When you say cattle, technically, if you have more than 3 cows, it's cattle. Is that correct? Or how many do you have?
Well, enough that they're a liability. No, I just got rid of them. I got
you're not
rid
kidding.
of them so I could. I know it sounds selfish, but I got rid of them so I could finish the book and get some other projects done. You know, cattle are easy. They're not like children where you raise them and send them off to school. Cattle, you raise them up and you wave goodbye and you send them off and they're cut into small pieces. True enough. You know,
and then they come back to
like,
your table.
Yeah, and it was nice knowing you. I had a great 2 years with you.
So now, are you going to get some of the beef, or do they just give you cash?
Oh no! It goes to an auction house, livestock auction house. The problem with this whole our whole environment right now is, you know, I'll be going to buy new cattle as soon as my book's finished next month. And then you go to a livestock auction, and I don't know if you've ever tried to listen to an auctioneer through a mask, but it's, and I'll take some of it. How much was it? What's the price?
Yeah. I love those auctioneers anyway, because it's always like, hey, that's
an art form.
Yeah, and they always have very happy wives, I've noticed.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very adept with their tongue. Right. That's right.
Yep.
You know, I this sounds a little hokey maybe, but I really wanted to do a project a couple of years ago, going around and audio taping auctioneers from all across the Midwest and doing it like almost as a Ken Burns kind of archival thing, because auctioneers are different all over the country. Their inflection, it's just different. They all sound different depending on where you go. It's really cool. I do think, like Josh said, it's an art form.
Remember when you were a kid, there was a famous commercial. This is going from memory. I think the guy's name was Speed Riggs. I think.
I don't remember.
And it was like, I think it was for the American Tobacco Company or something. And it was like, hey, blah, 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 sold American.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
Is that the one where he's missing part of his?
I think it was for Lucky Strike.
I forget what it was. Wow. I just remember as a kid going, what the hell is he saying?
He's missing part of his jaw, right? And he had to.
And it would end, something like that.
I just remember it ended with sold American.
Weird.
That's right.
This is going from memory. I don't know, but I want one real quick thing. We all know that vanity is one of your hobbies, Drew, and I know that all of us have found ourselves.
That's a good line.
That's a great line.
Thank you. All of us, and I don't have a lot of hair, of course, but a lot of us can't get haircuts.
Yeah.
And I know you can't get a haircut, and yet you look like you always look.
Yeah, well, a lot of that is product.
I see.
So what you do is, I was smart. I saw this virus thing coming, so I went out and got a cut that was just a little shorter than I wanted, but I knew it would last a little longer. Next thing I do is I go to a place called something supply. What is that called?
Beauty, Sally Beauty Supply.
Sally's, yeah.
Now, if you go into Sally Beauty Supply, and this is a little secret, I don't often pass along, but you get a little powder called Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar. And Rockstar is essentially baby powder marked way, way up. And as Chick knows, I'm a master of using this. And baby powder. to both thicken and cleanse the hair.
Uh-huh.
And so Rockstar creates a voluminous look, and it all comes together. It's difficult to explain.
You look you look like an aging Rod Stewart. You got the rooster thing. Your hair's going way up.
Rod Stewart's
older than Drew.
He's older than Drew.
You look like
a younger Rod Stewart.
What are you trying to say?
Well, because if people aren't watching, they can't tell. Drew has always had great hair, and he's very fond of it. He's the only comedian who, on a regular basis, would name out loud his hairdresser's name.
Yeah.
H. David. I even remember it.
That's right.
Are you still seeing H. David?
Oh yes. He's right now somewhere quarantined. His he's not doing anything.
Yeah, the salons are all shut down.
He's
Yeah.
right down the road, right?
Hey, that reminds me. If I can take 1 minute, and I hate to do this, but I'd like to promote a couple of my upcoming shows. Now, April 18th. Oh, well, no, that was canceled. Let me move on into May.
Okay.
We have an appearance at. Well, that's gone too. Now, looking ahead into June, I have some nice large theater dates.
Oh,
no, those aren't happening.
Okay.
So you know what? We'll figure all this out a little bit later.
Okay. A couple things, Drew. Drew Hastings, comedian, former mayor of Hillsborough, Ohio, featured on the Tonight Show, and
Two times.
Drew is also working on a book. And
Party of One.
Party of One. And Drew, Dean has actually found apparently this auctioneer cut. I hope you can hear this. It's very short. I remember that from being a kid.
Wow.
There it is.
And I remember saying to myself, "Well, that's total gibberish."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Emperor's New Clothes. That guy's not saying anything except sold American.
And do they teach that in a class? Is there?
Yes, they do.
And it's just gibberish, right? There's no.
No. They are actually saying.
No,
What are they saying?
Well, in this one,
the styles kind of vary.
Let me listen
bid,
again.
I think
Here we go. I heard a 54 and
I heard a batter,
80 bid.
80 bid sold American.
Yeah, to me that's like speed reading. I don't get it. I got to take my time, one word at a time. But it's an art form. I've I've been part of some really high quality auctioneers. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have all done this. You've been at a charity event.
You've always run with the elite.
Sure.
I mean, the circles you move in.
Yes, of course.
Oh my God.
We've all been at that event where, it's for some great charity, and just before they introduce the comedian, they show the incredibly sad film.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
And then you find out that just before we get to the comedy of Drew Hastings,
let's watch the bloated cattle float down the river.
That's a better way to go.
And now here's Drew to make you laugh.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, Drew, stay safe. Now you're just at your farmhouse with your
My
wife and your
daughter
son.
Willow and baby Harrison.
Oh, okay.
I'll give people a little bit of a forewarning. And I was talking about this years ago, and if we've got 40 to 50 minutes, I'd like to expound on it. But, a few years ago, and I was always bothered by this, Tom, a company called Mucinex came out with, and their character for the phlegm and the mucus was like a little animated creature, a little green guy.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hated him. And to me, this was the Disneyfication of snot.
Yes.
And
of course.
What happened? Then you had it for athlete's foot, little things that would animated creatures that would jump on your foot and eat at your toenails.
Lamisil
And
monsters.
all of this has created in Americans bacteria and bacteria and germs are lovable little creatures we should have empathy for. So that's what part of the reason you don't see people initially taking this whole virus thing that seriously. It's another little lovable character.
Does
that make any sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And have you noticed that a lot of times in the news they'll cut to this this picture of whatever that thing is, and
Yeah.
it's what the virus looks like.
Sure, and it's white and red, and
I mean,
yeah.
are there going to be T-shirts with that on it eventually?
And then, Drew, we couldn't call it coronavirus. We had to give it a cute little name like COVID.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm telling you, wait for this series on NBC coming this fall.
The COVIDs.
Yeah,
the COVIDs.
It's a modern family. Well, thank you. Well, Drew, how's the book coming? Are you almost done?
I'm just about done. I'm within a week, and I'm really excited about it. It's it's just the whole thing opens with a prologue where I'm sitting at the defendant's table, and the jury is sitting in a jury room deliberating. I'm facing 4 felonies. I've got a criminal attorney next to me. I've never had to hire a criminal attorney in my life. And I'm saying in the prologue, how did this happen? The investigators going through and photographing my wife's underwear and measuring a toilet flow for water volume. And I was just a stand-up comedian who moved to a farm and wanted to make a little bit of a difference. What WTF happened? And then the book kicks off.
All right.
Good. We'll look forward to
In
it.
fact, you guys are mentioned in the book because I talk about how things were going really well for me. And I'm on a farm and I'm touring on the Bob and Com comedy tour. And then I just can't leave well enough alone.
I think I'll be mayor. I want to run things.
That's right. I want to make a difference.
You made a difference.
Yes, I was wondering about the thank you section of the
we look forward to seeing our names in the
acknowledgments and CHICK, by the way.
Of course.
We're spelling check. That's right.
Okay, Drew, let's talk again next week, okay? It's fun.
Yes. In fact, I think I'm talking to your producer. I'm trying to get Jack Freeman to make an appearance next week. He's got some exciting money-making tips.
Oh, I bet.
As you know, in chaos, there's profit.
Sure. This isn't a pandemic, it's an opportunity.
Investment in the time of cholera.
Yes.
It's okay.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Drew.
We'll
Bye,
see you next week.
Drew.
Okay, now
Bye,
I know.
gentlemen. See you, Christy.
Bye, Drew.
I know we all have big plans this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Because we're all
It's Easter.
kind of limited.
Well, no,
So,
our big plans it revolves around
food.
Omaha Steaks.
I mean, that is absolutely
nothing
true.
says Easter better than steak.
Nothing.
Man, oh man, tonight
Or even pork chops.
at the old Arnold household, it's hot dog night.
Oh,
That's
we had
right.
that this
Oh,
week.
man.
Yeah.
Kids loved it.
Friday night hot dogs.
Yeah.
My gosh.
I'm gonna have some of those scallop potatoes. I haven't tried those yet.
Oh, yeah, and the potatoes. Well, look, here's the deal. Omaha Steaks has delivered the best steaks and meats anywhere for over, how long do you think, Chick? What would your guess be?
A couple of years. Anyway.
100! A century's worth of quality from a family-owned and operated company. There's never been a better time to stock up on Omaha Steaks. They'll deliver the world's best steaks and a huge variety of family favorites without leaving home. Right now, Omaha Steaks limited time stock-up sale is available for Bob and Tom Show listeners. No one else to help your family stock up on the food you love.
That's right.
Go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code BTS into the search bar. You can save more than 50% on your order and get free shipping. How much is that shipping, Josh? Free. That's right. On orders of $69 or more. What do those stock-up boxes include, Tom wants to know. I'll tell you right now, Tommy.
Steaks?
That's right. World famous Omaha Steaks, plus premium poultry and pork. Tasty and easy to make side dishes like those potatoes au gratin old Chickie was talking about.
Sir.
No work family meals for your slow cooker or oven. Skillet meals ready in 15 minutes or less. Artisan desserts. Oh, Christy, those caramel apple tartlets.
Yes.
Much, much more.
That is on
And
my
then
Easter
it
dinner
ships right
menu.
to your house, so you don't have to go out into the scary world.
Exactly. That's one of the best parts. The stock up box is ready to ship. Save big. Plus, shipments of $69 or more get free shipping. And your Omaha Steaks order delivers guaranteed quality and safety with every order. There's never been a better time to stock up on Omaha Steaks. The stock up sale going on right now, ready to ship packages that you could save 50% or more on. Free shipping on shipments of $69 or more. Visit omahasteaks.com. Type BTS into the search bar. Sorry.
Yeah.
It says search bar. I'll change that to shop today. BTS. OmahaSteaks.com.
I got a big Omaha Steaks weekend.
Heck yeah.
Got my package ready to rock.
Yeah,
Very
man.
excited. And it delivers right to the house in these times. What could be better? Thank you, Omaha Steaks and OmahaSteaks.com. The teaser, please, Christy. We got some music coming up.
And we have Tiger King news coming up.
All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Rolling through a Friday morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison. It is April 10th. We are here live. Thanks for joining us. We couldn't do it without you. Hope you're enjoying your stay at home and making the most of it with your family and friends. Maybe some new recipes, watching some new shows, catching up on movies, maybe watching some of those things in your DVR listing where you're like, hey, I didn't know we recorded this. Might as well watch it. Well, that's kind of like what we do here every morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL announced 58 prospects will participate remotely in the virtual NFL draft in a couple weeks. They also announced that its 3-day draft will coincide with a draft-a-thon that will raise money for 6 charities on the front lines of the virus breakout. The draft, originally slated to be held in Las Vegas, but the league scuttled that plan because of the pandemic that has brought daily life to nearly a standstill. Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow and Ohio State edge rusher Chase Young among those 58 who will participate remotely in the NFL draft in 2 weeks, and that, of course, will double as a telethon. And UFC 249 has been canceled after ESPN and parent company Disney stopped UFC President Dana White's plan to keep fighting amid the coronavirus pandemic. After defiantly vowing for weeks to maintain a regular schedule of fights, White announced the decision to cease competition yesterday on ESPN, the UFC's broadcast partner. UFC 249 scheduled for April 18th, and White planned to follow it with weekly fight cards at a hotel and a casino on tribal land in California's Central Valley. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Todd Glass is here with us. Now, are you married guy or single guy?
I am single. I am single right now. But every time somebody asks me what I look for in a girl, I think it sounds corny what I say, but I do want a girl with a good sense of humor. I think that's important.
Sure.
And most of the girls I go out with are more, I guess you would say, cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want a girl with a good sense of humor, but I'd also like her to be good looking too. I don't want like a 500-pound ape sitting around the house going, "Oh, you crack me up." Do the thing when you put the hand under your arm and make the fart sound. I love that. Oh, bring me in another wheelbarrow full of Twinkies. Oh. You know what I think it is? And I'm not saying all women because I don't want to generalize, but I think in a relationship, women look down the road, which is positive, but some women look too far down the road. I mean, they can't just take that moment for what it is. Like, I'm at a bar, and I asked this girl to dance. You know, she's like, oh, dance? Oh, sure, I'd like to dance. And we're done dancing. Maybe you go over there. You'll buy me a drink. I'll buy you a drink. A week later, we'll start calling each other. We'll get our machines. Then you'll get me. Then I'll get you. Then we go out on a date, and our friends say we're perfect for each other. So we have our first kiss. Then we decide we're going to get engaged. We get engaged. We have a beautiful wedding. After the wedding, we get back from our wedding. We set up an apartment together. Then we have a beautiful apartment. You get a promotion. I get a promotion. Then we buy a big house. We have a house, white picket fence, dogs, 2 kids. Everything's going good. Then you're coming home from late at work. I go, why are you coming home late at work? You go, I'm in love with my secretary. Oh, you're in love with secretary. And you want me to tell the kids we're going to get divorced and they don't have a father anymore? Dance? I don't think so, you sick freak. I feel guilty. I didn't even do anything.
Wow.
Dating life is tough out
I feel
there.
like Phil Donahue. And let's understand one thing here. They pay their taxes. They're part of the community, and let the kids do what they want here. And who are we to tip? We have a great show tomorrow. We have gay, homophobic, lesbian, nymphomaniac, hemophiliac, narcoleptic, transvestite, heterosexual strippers that are crack addicted that say they have the right to teach your children in Catholic school. And we'll be back. Now they're running out of topic. He's 30 and she's 31, and we'll talk about it. They say that he pet their cat in...
Hey, look at that. 8:44 on the nose. Set your watches at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's got a nose. It's
I
not
do.
not real big. It's
No.
Christy Lee with
Matches
the
her face.
small nose weather.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, sunshine and 50, partly cloudy overnight down to 32, partly cloudy Saturday 60, showers possible for Easter, about a 50-50 shot, high 60. Sunshine, 33 right now.
Wasn't he in Butch Cassidy's bunch?
Who?
Flat Nose?
Flat nose?
Flat nose.
Could
I
be.
thought he was
No,
a
I was
Dick
trying to do
Tracy
the
villain.
Bewitched
Oh, that
thing.
was
I
Flat
can't.
Top.
Okay,
Can
thank
you
you
make
very
your
much.
nose?
Why am I playing this?
Why?
You want him to be in the
Oh, it brings back great
Horse
memories.
contest.
Sure does.
Brings back great memories.
When he was in the Naked Gun, and he was going to shoot the Queen.
Not Reggie Jackson.
Oh,
You idiots.
must.
No, I'm talking about Reggie Miller because the NBA's doing this thing. They're going to have players playing horse. It'll be happening on ESPN coming up this Sunday on Easter. I think it's a great idea, and I'd like the NBA to listen to me and do an alumni version with Reggie Miller. Maybe have Reggie take on Spike Lee in a game of horse.
How did this get?
God, Spike would be so humiliated. It would be great.
so you want this Reggie Willard involved?
No, Jesus, what the hell's wrong with you? Go back home.
Ever have a Reggie candy bar? Never told me to just go back.
No. That was...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Just got off the phone with Drew Hastings working on a book.
Wasn't the phone. It was on the Zoom.
He said the book's almost done. when he's done reading that one, if we'll start writing that other one. Let's see. There's Ace Cosby, our engineer. Jake McGee at the sports desk. Josh Arnold in the sidekick chair. In the glass booth over there, it's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
You guys getting that song ready over there?
Trying to, yeah.
Okay, good. And then in the glass booth over there. Oh, wait a minute. There's somebody else in the glass booth. There's Christy Lee. I can see her.
Yes.
Very well lit, but there's a shadowy figure behind you, Christy.
That would be our producer, Dean.
Okay, he's in his different glass booth. We're keeping our social distancing, by the way.
Yeah, we're still 6 feet apart at least.
Okay,
10,
there-
whatever.
But the big topic of the morning is, am I wearing a sweater or am I wearing a robe?
No, you're wearing a sweater.
And I opened it up on Instagram. I put it at the Chick McGee, a picture of me, and asking people. And someone has said, well, that, of course, is a swobe. I
love
had
it.
no idea. It's a sweater and a robe. What do you think of that, Tommy?
Do you wear a shirt under that, or is
Well, yeah, I got a V. I got a shallow V.
Oh, yeah, otherwise you
Oh,
just rub your
yes.
nipples raw.
Yeah, you can't.
But it's a good look.
right,
Again, last time I saw one of those, I was looking at the Ozzie Nelson will, and
You know what? That's a pipe smoking robe.
Yeah,
or
it
a
is.
sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Get a nice pipe.
I'm making a point, telling the young bloods how it was
Yes.
in my day. Tap,
as you're
tap,
slowly
tap,
giving
tap.
yourself tongue cancer,
Oh, Tom,
That's
why do
all
you
right.
always look at the negative?
Sometimes looking cool is more important.
than
right.
living, sure. A lot of people feel that way right now.
You're just always Tommy Downer, aren't you?
Tommy Downer.
Tommy Trouble. He can spot it coming a mile away.
That is a nice look for you.
Thank you.
It looks
Why don't
very
you-
comfy.
Why don't you have a sweater? You have a sweater? You ever relaxed?
As you know, I don't I own a sweater. I haven't worn a sweater, I think, since I was in the seventh grade. I hate sweaters.
No sweatpants, no sweaters.
Everyone has, especially in this time of cholera, everybody has relaxing clothes.
No crew neck shirts.
Relaxing clothes.
Except you. Sure, I've taken it an extra
Do you wear a tie on Saturdays?
I bet you do. You get up and put a tie on.
Just like your dad. In honor of your dad.
I don't have to wear ties very often.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like sweatpants.
You have slippers? You got a pair of slippers, right?
Yes, Christy gave them to me.
You have pajama pants, right? That you get up in the morning and you make breakfast in, or do you immediately shower and
shirtless?
And get dressed?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, are you Saturday morning? Are you showered and dressessed when everybody else is up?
I'm up hours before.
Right.
What's
So
your
do you,
bacon wear?
or are you not showered?
Or you just lounge a little bit and enjoy the morning? And
Sleep is for losers.
Lot to do. Minute I get up, the dogs are ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to sleep. And it's time to go. It's go time for dogs.
You just open the door and let them out. What else you got to do?
Have to have a little dog party, discuss the previous day's activities.
And don't you ever have a Saturday?
And I point out to them that as golden retrievers, they're so-called working dogs. They never go out and look for a job.
Never.
Yeah,
I suspect I'll get home today. They'll be lounging.
So you never had a Saturday where you got up maybe and had breakfast and then actually went back to bed?
Oh, there you go. The old double wake up.
Yeah, that's so nice.
That's living, huh?
Oh, so great.
Done that. But I'm looking forward to my Omaha Steaks weekend, as we were talking about earlier. Now, Christy is at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, and we've got to get some more news out of you. What have we missed?
If you're looking to have some goofy fun while quarantined in your own home, how about investing in a high-quality portrait of your pet? Speaking of dogs. But as a pompous member of the royal family.
Oh. Have you seen these?
These are great. Chick, you will especially love this.
Love it.
Crown and Paw is a company dedicated to helping pet owners honor their pets by creating hilarious digital portraits of them as generals, princes, or ladies, whatever title the client desires.
Okay.
The company curates a collection of authentic 19th century portraits and a rare Renaissance era oil paintings and combine them with pet portraits, and they are hilarious.
Oh, I'm looking at them now.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
These are silly. They'll even wear like those weird
collars,
accordion type collar things.
What are those for?
I don't know.
What are those
Queen
for?
Victoria collar.
Well, it was to keep crumbs off your.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Oh, is that it?
Waistcoat.
That's what the cummerbund is for, right?
Oh, boy.
You always have the slats up, so if you...
And it's cummer.
Look at this. You can get the Lord and Lady. You can get the Countess, the Heiress, the Pearled Lady.
You can get the General or whatever this is, Chick.
That black lab is hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Let me see the black lab. What's
well,
he
it's
got?
kind of...
He's the most decorated.
You can't turn your... It's,
oh, where'd he go?
Tom, you have to get one of your dogs this, please.
You have to.
It's the astronaut, where it's a dog in a little astronaut outfit.
Oh, my God.
I like the veteran, the colonel. Oh, these are wonderful.
Oh, Ace, here, there's a cat. It's called the Ambassador, dressed up in a very nice coat.
He looks like a president.
Yes.
That's classic.
These are terrific.
Man, that's amazing.
Where do you get these?
It's called Crown and Paw, CROWN, and then PAW.
And they
Crown
run
Paw.
about $50.
Yeah, they're not
reasonable. Definitely worth it. Man, these are great.
Oh, I think we're all
boy.
spending a lot of time right now with the dogs.
Here's a graduate of.
Oh yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the graduation outfit.
Oh, I have to get this for my kids. These are so great.
That's classic. Now,
this will cheer anybody up.
You promised some Tiger King news.
Oh, yes. We have a couple of stories. First of all, Tiger King, they are going to drop a new episode or release a new 8th episode titled The Tiger King and I on Easter Sunday. It'll be hosted by our friend Joel McHale.
The Tiger King and I.
Mm-hmm. And he will interview people from the show and find out how their lives have changed since the actual show was filmed. So you can check that out on Netflix. Meanwhile, actor Rob Lowe has teased his apparent involvement in the new Tiger King-inspired project. He shared an Instagram photo of himself sporting a goatee and dressed to look like Joe Exotic. The photo was initially captioned Rob Exotic, but was updated to say that Lowe and Ryan Murphy would be developing their own version of this insane story.
Ryan Murphy's a good person to do this. He always does really well with this.
What other movies has he made?
He made Glee.
Yeah, he did Glee, and then he did the American Horror Story, but he did the OJ one with Cuba Gooding Jr. and
John Travolta.
Yeah, his biopics are good.
Ryan Murphy's great. SNL's Kate McKinnon is set to star in and executive produce a series adaptation of the story, with her portraying the series Carol Baskin. So we have not heard the last of the Tiger King.
Is Rob Lowe going to be the lead guy? What's his name? Joe Exotic.
Well, he teased that.
You know who would nail that? Would be Sam Rockwell.
Oh, God.
Yeah?
He'd be the guy.
Yeah, he's always great.
He can go off the rails in a big way and be great. So, and then a friend of the show, Todd McComas, has a special broadcast out there. He got to interview some of the people involved in Tiger King. And you can just Google Todd and you'll find that. I forget, I don't have the thing in front of me, but the exact name of the place you go to find it. But a lot of Tiger King news. I finally found these. I finally found these things for pets. They're very funny.
I mean, you can get, if you have two pets, you can get American Gothic. Yeah, there's some wonderful
If you're
stuff
a Harry Potter fan, you can get the Griffin paw.
Sure.
Can you get, I was wondering, could you get like Harry, what's his name, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and actually have yourself in the doghouse?
Tom, would you like to describe that one?
It's a dachshund as President of the United States. That's just irresistible.
At the podium with the official seal.
God, that's funny.
Here's a stormtrooper, a boxer, and a stormtrooper.
Yes.
That's what's under the stormtrooper mask.
Very visual. I'm sorry. This is radio. And the name of the name of the website again, Christy?
Crown and Paw. CROWN. Crown and Paw.
Very funny.
Yes.
Thank you, Christy. Coming up, we're going to get the Gardner Minshew song. And more with some more music with Pat Gowden. And don't forget, you can email us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We're getting tons of email from all over the world. It's really great. I'll read some of these when we get back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. That's right. Bob and Tom ends, and then the work farce kicks in. Ace Cosby is your host. It's all the fun without really that much effort. You just sit back and listen and laugh. That's pretty easy, right? Keep the smile going all day and keep your family guessing what you're up to as you roll through this Friday with us. And Ace Cosby and the workforce right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. People around the world began celebrating Good Friday and Easter from the safety of their homes as rare divisions surfaced in Japan over how to tackle the growing coronavirus outbreak. Politicians and public health officials have warned that the hard-won gain against the pandemic must not be jeopardized by relaxing social distancing over this holiday weekend. Across Europe, where Easter is one of the busiest travel times, authorities set up roadblocks and otherwise discouraged family gatherings. In an effort to cope with the stress of living in the COVID-19 age, you could say it's a howling success in a way, because each evening at 8 p.m., folks scattered across the country have gotten into the habit of stepping out of their homes and howling. That's right. The howls are to thank healthcare workers and first responders trying to stem the tide of the new coronavirus. Some are howling to reduce their pain, isolation, and frustration at being stuck inside. Others have done it to show support for the homeless. Some state leaders, like Colorado Governor Jared Polis, have urged residents to participate. And a woman is accused of putting plaster Easter eggs filled with pornographic and other images inside mailboxes of homes in North Florida. Flagler County Sheriff's officials began getting calls about the eggs April 5th. On Wednesday, more calls came in, after which authorities spotted the suspect's vehicle, stopped the car, and arrested the driver. According to a report, 42-year-old Abril Satoni told them she put the eggs in the mailbox to educate people. She's charged with distributing obscene material, driving with a suspended license, and violating state social distancing rules during the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What was it, Christy? Food play?
I call it food play. Temperature play, yeah.
Again, so what people want to think they're having interpersonal relations with a corpse?
Your body is sensitive to hot and cold. It doesn't.
Oh, we've covered a lot of ground there.
Well, we have sex, more of it in the news coming up.
Tom not having it.
Yeah.
Man, loosen up.
I dated a girl that always had ice up in there. Always. Yeah, our relationship was on the rocks.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, yeah.
When you've had too much to drink, there's certain things to keep in mind. Like if you find your hands and underarms are bleeding, your beer bottle might not have a twist-off cap. And don't ever go home with a woman they call Moose or Vince. And never bet that you can fit your head inside a glove compartment. Get drunk with dignity. Keep in mind that just because a bulldog licks your face, it's not necessary to lick him.
10 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Once again, Christy Lee with an update on the weather.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Plenty of sunshine and a high of 50. Partly cloudy overnight, low 32. Partly cloudy Saturday, high 60. Good mowing weather. And then showers possible on Easter Sunday, high of 59. But it's only a 50-50 chance. So you have a 50% chance you'll get in your Easter egg hunt. Currently 33 in sunshine.
Thank you very much, Christy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate our town with the great Haywood Banks.
Should I start?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
That time.
If you are traveling from Terre Haute to Muncie, ask any farm boy just what you want to see. He'll point down the road to the shimmering lights of Indianapolis. What's the second verse? Ask any soldier at Fort Benny Harrison, from New York to Saigon, there's no comparison. He's gonna tell you if you want it done right, try Indianapolis. Meridian Street, you are a calling me. Hey, hey, you, hey, 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 hey. The meaning of life, that's a good question. What's that aroma Tom has indigestion? But I'll gonna tell you, if you want it done right, that's Indianapolis. Meridian Street, you are calling me. Hey, 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 hey. Indy 500. What is it? Hey, shut up. Indy 500. I like to... I'm sorry.
Just kidding, I think is what he meant to say. Thank you, Haywood. Keep listening for that serious cash coming up. Get the hint. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Chick McGee across the way at the sports desk. Our engineer is Ace Cosby. Over that way, I can see Josh Arnold.
Ahoy.
It's good to see you. This is Tom speaking. The lady behind the glass It's Christy Lee Under Glass.
Hi.
It sounds like a sexy movie.
That reminds you of Amsterdam.
Ladies Under Glass?
She's behind the glass and looks like a big aquarium. And then in
Her
the
feet up on the window.
at the kids' table behind the glass, it's Pat Godwin. Are you guys ready for that song?
I think we are.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now,
What song exactly?
Yeah.
well, we got a couple I wanted you to do here.
Oh, okay.
Now we had
medley.
this funny story about a I forget the bakery somewhere in Europe. They're making cakes that look like toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet rolls. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, it looks like I haven't been able to find a picture of this thing.
Oh, I'll find it.
And here it is.
In Finland.
Yes.
They're making them at a bakery in Finland.
That's pretty funny, and it's it does look just like a toilet paper roll with the last sheet kind of sort of
unfurling.
Yes, there you go. That's the perfect word. These are these cakes, kind of a benefit project that they're doing. Good idea.
Yeah, trying to keep afloat.
Yeah,
the baker.
Yeah. Now, that reminded me that Pat has a new song about toilet paper, and I don't know, you guys, is this a duo? This one?
Yeah.
And okay, because also coming up the Gardner Minshew song, which I know is a fabulous
big hit. Big hit.
A big hit.
You're gonna end up doing that at the start of the concert, in the middle, and for your encore.
Did I say Gordon? I meant Gardner Minshew. Excuse me.
Oh, I missed it.
Okay, now, you guys ready over there?
Yeah, what the heck? Dean starts us off here.
1, 2, 3, go! There's no toilet paper on the shelf. I'm like a zombie walking by myself. You toilet paper hoarders got no soul. I need some toilet paper rolls. Don't try and take me to a Costco. They got no toilet paper anymore. My crack is itchy, sticky, stinky, and sore. I need some toilet paper rolls. I love some toilet paper rolls. The kind of two-ply that soothes the hole. Those coffee filters have taken their toll. I'd like some toilet paper rolls. I could use a bidet as well, or Mr. Whipple or a Cottonelle. I think my BVDs are starting to smell. I need some toilet paper rolls. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Classic, certainly. A little bit of toilet paper music. And very confusing as to why people are hoarding toilet paper.
I have no idea.
It's coming down the supply chain, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're not really running out.
There was some at the store yesterday.
Yay. Okay.
So-
Okay. You don't have to buy all of it.
Well, now they only allow you one package. At least the store I was
Yeah,
shopping
same
in.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That and one thing of hand soap or two at a time.
Oh.
Okay.
Have you been told to stay out of a grocery store because there's too many people in yet?
Not
They
yet.
found it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But they do have the system set up.
Yeah, that's in place.
Uh-huh.
Have you been to the grocery store? They have the plexiglass divider.
Yeah.
I have that.
I
yeah.
have.
I say
I've seen that.
That's
from here
a
on
great
out.
thing.
Yeah.
I say it's fine.
I
Yeah.
haven't been anywhere for 2 weeks.
Somebody bringing you your groceries?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
One of my sons has been doing a lot of that for me. So that's-
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could have one child do it one day a month, and they could
You're good.
they
Yeah.
could all rotate.
You have a child for every day of the week.
Yeah, you do.
You really
Yeah.
do.
I
Yeah.
do.
I mean, some of them can't drive yet, but it's only a matter of time.
And my 4-year-old can't. Well, she's got that little electric car she drives around. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
cute.
Why doesn't somebody made that video in a little Tykes car? Little 4-year-old pulling up, grabbing some toilet paper, and driving back home.
It's a little miniature Jeep thing.
Yes.
Very
Well, do you have do your kids have the bikes with no pedals on them, but they balance on them?
Yeah.
That is an amazing invention. Now kids are riding bikes that are like 4. It's incredible.
2. Now,
Yeah.
The pedals are
I
holding
can't help but
back.
notice that the musicians are getting ready behind the glass, and the Gardner Minshew song has come back into the top 40 because
a restaurant in Chicago called Chipmunks has a sign, a table tent on their tables at the restaurant, whereas Josh said, of course, what good does that do us? We can't get to them, but they put the picture of it up on social media.
this is a great sign.
Nick Foles was traded for here during the offseason from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Foles is now a Chicago Bear, possibly replacing Mitchell Trubisky as the starting quarterback. and that means Gardner Minshew will be the starting quarterback in Jacksonville. But I tell you that to tell you this, they have a sign on the table in Chicago because Mitchell Trubisky has not been playing very well of late. The sign says, during this coronavirus outbreak, remember to remain at least 10 feet away from others. If you're wondering how far that is, picture any Bears wide receiver and then imagine where Trubisky actually threw the pass. That distance is about 10 feet.
All right.
Mean but hilarious.
Wow.
But since they mentioned Gardner Minshew, possibly the QB1.
QB1, baby, that's him.
For Jacksonville. Pat, you want to introduce this tune?
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Pat. What's your name
who are you
again?
talking to? Mr. Wyman, just follow me, man. All right? Right.
It's Mick Jaguar.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Smooth.
Love it.
More bass.
More bass.
There it is.
All right.
Oh, that's nice. Can't have too much bass.
I'm going to sing now. Tom makes me play the song, but I've been playing it way too long. Gardner Minshew.
It's the Rick-rolled version of the Gardner Minshew song. Thank you very much.
Nice.
For those of you that are joining us for the first time, I apologize for not getting the whole tune in there. It's a tribute to the great Gardner Minshew. Okay, great. Work on the fold around and fell in love.
Now, Tom, you won't play Christmas songs when it's not Christmas. Why are you playing a football song when it's not football season?
Because there's football news, Ace.
It's about time you got frustrated with him like the rest of us.
I've been calling Godwin's area the Nuremberg room. I don't want to have to call your area the Ace hole.
That's funny.
Okay, let's get going here. Where were we?
Hey, a Florida woman's been arrested after she allegedly assaulted a guy with SpaghettiOs. An unidentified victim told police he returned home Saturday, got into an argument with Miss Shady Miranda.
Shady Miranda.
This sounds like a Dick Tracy villain, as you said earlier. What is
Shady?
SHADAE. Maybe it's Sade.
Sade, I bet it is.
I like Shady better.
Ironically, it's pronounced Sade.
Yeah. But her last name is Miranda?
Miranda.
So when she read the rights, she goes, I know, I wrote them.
Yeah.
Know them? I wrote them.
The man told police he tried to de-escalate the fight by taking some of his belongings out of the room and sitting outside.
So they're a couple.
Yeah, apparently. As the man lounged outside, Ms. Miranda allegedly struck him in the head with a 15.6-ounce metal can of SpaghettiOs that was in a plastic bag.
That's
so she turned it into a weapon.
She did. She put it in a plastic bag and
whipped it around.
God.
While speaking with the victim, an officer, quote, observed a large laceration on the top of his head, consistent with being struck with the can. The 30-year-old woman was arrested for aggravated battery.
What was the problem? Does it say what the problem was?
Doesn't say they were having a dispute.
She obviously had a beef-a-roni with him.
I'll say.
SpaghettiOs. Whack. That would really hurt.
My goodness.
Yeah.
This is why you want to use fresh pasta. That's all I can say.
Yeah, not in a can, right?
Although Josh and I agree on one thing, and I'm very big on fresh pasta. Had some last night and the night before.
Had some last night as well.
Made some for the girls.
But wouldn't you agree that pasta's better like a couple days after you
Always.
made it?
There's some chemical reason that that's true.
The acid.
You mix the spaghetti with the sauce, wait a couple days, it's great. But
it congeal.
We agree that the Chef Boyardee canned ravioli is top notch.
It is. Yeah.
And I don't typically recommend
never had it.
Canned pasta. It's
I don't
never
think
had
I don't
it?
think I've ever had
Are you serious?
Chef Boyardee.
The way we grew up?
No.
Come on. No beefaroni?
I think I've had the pizza.
Okay.
There was a legal entanglement that they insisted that was their idea of making dinner.
Okay. We have a naked woman who was found eating dog treats in a van behind a Missouri animal shelter. You want to hear about that?
This sounds so sad.
Wait a minute. Do it again.
Slow it down.
A naked woman had been found eating dog treats in a van behind a Missouri animal shelter.
Love it.
An employee at the Adair County Humane Society discovered the woman inside the shelter's van Monday morning. Kirksville police told KTVO,
"We're on your side,"
that the 27-year-old woman was naked, wrapped in a blanket, covered in feces, and had consumed a number of individually wrapped dog snacks.
Okay, this has to be some kind of bad LSD trip or something.
Deputy Police Chief Justin Jones said the woman was taken into protective custody with a 10-foot pole before she turned over to her family. Authorities said the woman may have been under the influence of drugs.
Yeah, that's a shame. This is
poor thing.
God, she now faces charges of trespassing and property damage.
Although I do think that if you're eating dog treats, naked is considered to be the proper dining attire.
Right.
Wouldn't you say?
Well,
I mean, dogs are naked.
Rule.
Yeah, the dogs are
I saw a video of her actually being returned to her house, and when her dad saw her, he said, "Bad girl, bad, bad girl."
Thank you very much.
Oh,
boy. Now, coming up, Christy.
Well, do we have our Today in History? I have a few birthdays that I found.
Okay, yeah, I've got that.
And we have a fake...
Is that right now?
No.
We have fake cops coming up, and...
Neanderthal man in the news.
Oh, what's he up to these days?
Or as some say,
He's still
Neanderthal man.
We're going way.
But I'm not sure how tall they were. I'll go with Neanderthal.
The TH sometimes is pronounced instead of the.
Or Charday. Now, right now, we're trying to stay healthy. Very important.
What's more
sleep
important than
can
a good
be
night's
the
sleep? That's right.
Sleep is the key, I think, to staying healthy, among many other things. And what they're recommending right now is staying on a consistent schedule, trying to get some form of exercise, and stay socially connected just for your head to be thinking clearly, which, of course, involves doing it all online and talking on the phone, that sort of thing. These are messages from our friends at Sleep Number. In fact, the Sleep Number bed wants to recommend a healthy sleep because they've been promoting that for years. Getting a great night's sleep is a lot easier with a Sleep Number bed, as you know, because you can adjust the firmness setting on either side. Because that way you can be happy and the other person can be happy as well. So Sleep Number recommends eat healthy, visualize what makes you happy, color like a kid, have some fun, do some visual stuff, and think about your breathing. Keep a great schedule and keep a pre-bedtime routine that tells your body it's time to unwind. Just some great advice from the Sleep Number people. Try reading a book, stretching, or yoga poses. Maybe turn off the news for a while. It can be depressing and distressing and get you to go nuts. So calm down a little bit so you'll feel better. By the way, you want to avoid food and exercise right before bed. You need about an hour to recover from those two things. Minimize the light. Dim the lights about an hour before you go to bed. Draw the blinds and try room darkening shades. All these are great ideas from Sleep Number. By the way, looking for that ideal mattress? Take the online quiz right now and discover smarter sleep by going to sleepnumber.com/bedquiz. That's sleepnumber.com/bedquiz. Find the mattress that fits your needs from our friends at Sleep Number. When we come back, we've got dollar bills on the wall and Neanderthal man and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, for everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, links to all of our social media sites, and, of course, much, much more. Don't forget, you can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. If you'd like to request a song, a comedian, something you haven't heard in a while, we'll see if we can't get it on for you. A request right here, bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mad Magazine cartoonist Mort Drucker has died in Woodbury, New York at the age of 91. For decades, he made drawings that spoofed politicians, celebrities, and pop culture. His daughter did not disclose the cause of death, but says he took ill last week, having trouble walking and developing breathing problems. He was not tested for COVID-19. Anthrax drummer Charlie Benete says it was an honor to work with Drucker on the band State of Euphoria album. Drucker drew a cartoon of the Anthrax band members that appears on the back cover of State of Euphoria. Benete tweets that as an artist himself, he used to rush out to buy Mad Magazine to see what Drucker had done. Benete says he cannot express how happy it made him to work with Mr. Drucker later in life. And live scattered around New York, it will be Saturday Night Live. The vulnerable NBC comedy show returns for a new season tomorrow night. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the show will be different. How? Well, we're not really sure. The network says when it returns, it will abide by social distancing rules and we'll have a weekend update news segment, original content from cast members. But it's unclear how SNL will navigate its way around the social distancing rule public health officials have imposed.
9:17 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Kind of peaceful in here.
Oh, man, what's different? I don't...
You guys are being mean to him today.
Really? You think?
Yeah, a
He's a
little
little
bit.
off
You think
today.
Yeah, he has been on.
A little slow. Not a lot of comedy.
You know,
He's out in the parking lot getting in his car.
I hope so.
You want me to get him? I can get him.
Okay.
You know what? He may be in the restroom.
Oh.
It was a short break. He didn't have time.
Josh, I'm not sure if you're aware that we're on the radio right now. I want to
It happened to me last
get
time.
off the
So
can and get in here. Do it more than twice. You're playing with it.
Oh,
Maybe it's the second one. You don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Q95 Fox 59 weather for you, brought to you by CarX.
For you?
For you. Sunshine and a high of 50. We'll see partly cloudy skies tonight, low 32. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high 60, and then showers possible Easter Sunday. Once again, high right around 60 degrees. We're still holding at 33 now.
Chick and I were talking off the air, and there's a possibility that they could get college football back up and running, even if they start when?
Chip Kelly, and I always get my chips mixed up, head coach of Notre Dame football, says that they could get a full season in if they have to wait until October to start the season.
Well, speaking of college football,
All right.
It's Dan Greeter. Dan,
Good morning.
Dan, how are you?
Good.
Dan, first off,
Yes.
you're from Cleveland, but you went to school
At
in
Ohio State,
How'd that go?
Columbus. I loved it there. I'm a big football fan. I love college football. You know, we should have a college football team. I was in Boston a couple of months ago. I was turning around, I went down to Cambridge. You know, I was walking the Harvard campus there, you know, pretending. And, and it dawned on me, Harvard, they didn't put anybody good in football, do they, Harvard, huh? Ivy League, bunch of wimps. That Big Ten, you know, Pac-10's big business. You got the football program. Every year, I know people may take a class or two.
Right.
You know, as a Harvard, you get the school football game might break out on the weekend. I think if Harvard ever played like Ohio State in football, the play-by-play be something like, and Harvard's quarterback is dropped behind the line again for loss of 40. Harvard's man there, of course, is Chad Elmhurst. Chad is an academic All-American at Harvard, majored in physics with a minor in mathematics. And Bob, they tell me he's actually graduating a year early. Yeah, he's not going anywhere right now because he was flattened by Big Moose McCauley. Moose is a sixth-year redshirt freshman, majoring in scuba diving. And Bob, there's a nice shot in the stands of his wife and 5 kids. Yeah. He drives a Lexus.
Thank you, Dan. A little bit of dreaming about college football, dreaming about baseball.
Dreaming about anything.
But once again, the good news is the NBA. What is it? 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's going to start on Sunday. The NBA doing a horse.
Yeah, prime time on ESPN.
A little bit of basketball.
Should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. I think that this is one. They'll be doing it socially isolated. Each player will be on a court somewhere, maybe in their backyard. And I suppose some of the players probably have their own court in the basement.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, their own gyms.
But that'll be fun. And Tamika Catchings is one of those involved. So they're
Is there a basketball court in the White House? I know there is in the Supreme Court.
There used to be a bowling alley. I think wasn't there a pool? That turned into a bowling alley.
Yeah.
I think it's a pool again.
Legend has it that Nixon put the bowling alley over the pool. I thought that's what it was.
I think
like when Obama played, did he have a court that he would go to, or
yes, I think so.
A public court?
I think he was a big baller. Yeah.
I think Trump put a tanning booth in instead of a
sprayer. I wouldn't
the pool,
be,
or a spray tan thing.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not sure. Each president has their own thing that they like to do.
Yeah.
Exercise not in the vocabulary right now. We're going to get back to the action, okay? Let's see this good. There we go. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chick McGee across the way at the sports desk. That's Josh. I'm Tom. Ace Cosby, our engineer. Mr. Godwin behind the glass over there.
Hello.
In the little room, the kids' table, if you will. Behind the glass over there, it's Christy Lee.
Hi.
If you can imagine a giant painting with a little tiny head in the middle and the bottom. That's what this looks like right now. You can probably see this. Can you tell how little that is if you look on we're feeding the show on YouTube
Yes,
today.
you can.
We were watching Veep last night, and I said to the girls, I go, am I as short as Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and they're going, yeah, like shorter. She looks so tiny in that show. Have you seen?
Yeah, and there are a lot of tall actors in that too.
Man, no, she just looks like a little munchkin lady.
But a good choice. Very fun.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I just stumbled on this. Apparently, Saturday Night Live is going to
I have it right here.
a show this weekend.
Yeah, live scattered around New York, the venerable NBC comedy show Saturday Night Live returns tomorrow night, but because of COVID-19, the show will be different. We're not really sure how different. The network says they will abide by social distancing rules. They will have a weekend update news segment and original content from cast members. No word on musical guests or on a guest host. So it's kind of unclear exactly what we're going to get, but there will be a new Saturday Night Live Saturday night.
I mean, that's great, though, to be able to get some humor. That'll be fun. Which reminds me, actually, of kind of a sad story in the news.
I have that, too.
I think one of the people, responsible for the tone of humor in America.
Mort Drucker?
Yeah, that is sad.
It's really sad. Mort Drucker, of course, was the cartoonist for Mad Magazine, most of all. He passed away in Woodbury, New York at the age of 91.
I mean, long life. But,
very long life, yes.
But did classic Mad Magazine covers.
He also did an Anthrax album cover. Do you remember that? The back of the Anthrax album?
I don't.
Yeah.
He did it, and he did a famous, I want to say, Time Magazine cover in the back
Had a
in
very
the day.
distinctive style.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Mad Magazine is responsible for that whole era of what would become National Lampoon and Saturday Night Live, that whole sense of humor that when you're a kid, Mad Magazine just took the piss out of everything.
Yes, it was wonderful.
They'd mock every movie, and when you were a kid back then, it was like, yeah, this is great. Mort Drucker was just brilliant caricature, and you can recognize his stuff
right away
the minute you see it. So but hey, sad news, but he lived for a long time. Great stuff.
Good run.
Other news, the owner of a Georgia bar has paid her unemployed staff with dollar bills that, over the years, had been stapled to the bar's walls.
Oh, that's great.
Jennifer Knox, owner of the Sandbar on Tybee Island, I have been to this particular bar, realized she could still pay her staff with the bills she had on hand on her walls.
I bet there were $5,000.
For the past 15 years, patrons have written on dollar bills that were stapled to the walls or ceiling. It took Knox, as well as 5 volunteers, 3.5 days to take down a total of, your guess is 5,000?
Yeah, I'll go 5,000.
But they're single dollar bills.
Right,
correct.
I'm going to go $7,293.
I saw the news, so I can't play.
Ace, do you want to guess?
I'd go around at the grand.
$3,714.
Okay.
Did you staple a dollar to the ceiling when you were there?
I stapled it to the wall. I can't reach the ceiling. Patrons, hearing of Knox's generosity, also contributed, allowing the bar owner to hand out $4,104 to her staff. She is unsure if the tradition of stapling money to the wall will continue when the bar reopens.
It
has to.
Yeah, that's a fairly small place. How big was the staff, do you think?
It's not a very big bar either.
Yeah.
Tybee Island's a very small.
So do you write your name in the dollar, then they hand you the stapler, and
yeah.
Did you?
I carried a stapler with me, Tom.
No, yeah,
I think the most important part of the question was,
you asked first.
Did you sign? Did you put your name on it?
Yes, you sign it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Christy. Way to go.
That's a great move for that.
Yeah,
place.
it's a wonderful
Did they sell like the 14 pairs of panties and underwear that were stapled up there? But some jackass. I'm going to put my underwear up there.
Well, some of them have that game where they have a push pin through the dollar and you throw it up onto the ceiling.
Yes, and I was trying to think of.
There was a bar right here in town that did that for many,
there was
many
one
years.
in St. Louis too.
Yeah, and I remember there was one where they were way up, and then there was a high ceiling. You had to throw them up there.
Obviously, if you missed, it was a dart game coming down.
Sure. Yeah,
there was
another restaurant did this sort of thing recently. I
feel the joke coming.
TGI Fridays ended up selling everything on their walls to the guys from Hoarders and
oars.
Yeah.
Various paddles, canoes, anvils.
They made a few grand for their
kayak.
Okay.
People posing.
Oh no, never mind. Sorry.
People posing as police officers have reportedly been pulling over drivers for violating stay-at-home orders. A suspect in Well Weld County, Colorado, has been using flashing lights on his Dodge Charger to stop motorists and warn them that they are violating travel restrictions. In another instance, imposters conducted an elaborate checkpoint in Greeley, which involved a group of men in unmarked black uniforms corralling vehicles and questioning the drivers.
Oh.
Man, that's scary.
What do they
as
do? Are
heck.
they robbing them or are they just
I don't
harassing
know.
them?
Authorities around the country are also receiving reports of people pretending to be police officers to make coronavirus-related stops.
There also there was a scam, I think, in Louisville where they were saying they were testing people in a tent and it wasn't real.
yeah.
Charging them.
Boy, talk about a special place in Hades.
No way.
Yeah, I don't get the fake cop thing.
I
mean,
don't
who would
either.
wanna-
But anybody driving a Dodge Charger, every time you're behind me or next to me, I think you're a cop. I have to say.
You know what? And they know.
They do know.
The
people
Grand
driving-
Marquis.
They
Do you know,
do know.
the big
do you know who
Ford?
drives
Yeah.
one of those all the time? Who has old-looking cop cars? Dave Thomas, the actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why I know this.
Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
Because he's got the double mirror thing, the light things.
Yeah.
Because he can drive around and people assume he's a cop and they give him room.
You know who's been deputized and has actually pulled people over is Dan Aykroyd. How
you
weird would that
imagine?
be?
Is that right?
Yeah, where it was, hey, you were kind of going a little fast.
I'd say, hey, Dan, I saw Dr. Detroit. You owe me $20.
Fred Garvin.
Yeah.
Although I'd remember Fred Garvin, male prostitute,
Yeah, I
all
heard
would
that.
be forgiven.
Exactly, yeah.
But getting pulled over, that'd be a great beginning of a porn, Josh. Some guy
I'm sure
dresses up
that's
like a
happened.
cop, pulls a lady over, the next thing you know.
Oh, that
Tricked her
had
into,
to have
yeah.
happened.
Oh, yeah. That's probably standard.
Yeah, I was going to say there's probably a whole
do
genre.
pornos still have, do they still have the storyline?
Oh, sure, yeah. I like what they call gonzo, where just get right to it.
Oh, really?
Hey, what's your name? Tiffany. All right, well, we're going to do it now.
So you don't really need the
No, I don't-
narrative,
I don't
as
like
they
the
say.
story.
You don't like a story?
I had a roommate who loved the story. He would rent he would rent all the parodies.
Yeah.
Like, how can you? And he would sit there and watch the acting in the scene. I go, how can you do it? He goes, and I remember exactly. He goes, I like it because the sex isn't supposed to be happening. I like that these characters are.
Wow, that's really specific.
Would he last like two? Are these like 2-hour movies?
Yes, and he wouldn't fast forward to the good
my
stuff. It was all about getting there.
Remember in Boogie Nights?
That's interesting.
Remember he starts making the movies with the spy or the detective, whatever it was.
Yeah.
That was one of the subplots. So
Right.
anyways, watch out for fake cops. A lot of scams out there, by
Watch
the way.
out for fake cops.
No, that's what the theme of the thing was. And I don't know why they'd be pretending to police coronavirus. Elvis, by the way, was deputized. He had a whole bunch of badges, and you can see him at Graceland, but he would pull people over.
That's so funny.
How cool would it be? You're driving through greater Memphis, and you get pulled over by Elvis?
Man.
Did Elvis have?
Yeah, but he just sat out near a drive-through, and he would pull people over. And go, you have too much food in your car, and then he would take.
I don't need
I'm gonna have to take a cheeseburger.
Why didn't Elvis have tigers, or did he? And I'm not aware of it.
Well, didn't he have the tiger room?
He did.
He had the tiger room. Yeah.
He had a monkey.
He had a jungle room. Yeah,
Jungle room.
Did he have a monkey?
I think he did have a monkey.
Porcelain monkey in the jungle room. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
Nah.
What was Bob Zaney's recent?
Oh, he said coronavirus can live up to 4 days on a toilet, which is 3 days longer than Elvis.
Bob Zaney, ladies and gentlemen.
Man,
Beautiful. Fine joke.
that might
Bob
be the
Zaney.
finest joke to come out of this whole thing so
Gorgeous piece of
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dark, but
Yeah, of course. Very,
Since
very.
children can't use them, sheep have overtaken a playground. A flock of sheep belonging to the Raglan Farm Park in Wakes were spotted playing on the children's equipment in an empty Monmouthshire park.
What?
The sheep are usually kept away from the children's play area, but due to the park being closed because of coronavirus, they've been allowed to roam free. Owner of Raglan Park
Okay, I just found this. This is hysterical.
said he was shocked when he saw them on the playground equipment.
You know the thing that has it's like a giant disc, like I don't know, 15 feet wide, and the kids get on it and they can run around and jump on it and it keeps spinning.
Yeah,
It's
like
got the big handles on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that. There are 2 sheep on it, and there's like 4 others standing around in the
watching,
back.
pushing.
And this was taken on one of those typical English days where it looks like the sun will never shine again.
how many sheep are on there? I mean, don't fall asleep when you're.
There are 2 on it and 5 around it. Hilarious. Oh, there's actually a video of the sheep spinning it.
Well, of course.
They are spinning it? They're not just standing out; they're spinning it.
Yeah,
Wow!
I didn't see this till just now.
How fun.
Yeah, the playground's going to be full of sheep poop.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure someone will clean it up.
Well, okay.
And finally,
I remember the name of that thing. It's
What?
I've just remembered it. It's the bleeder totter.
Bleeding, yeah.
Bleeds a little sheep joke.
Is there like a Far Side or something where a young sheep is walking out of the house and the mother sheep goes, "Hey, it's cold outside. You might want to take a sweater."
There should be.
That's kind of cute, right?
Very cute.
Would you hang that up on your file cabinet?
I certainly would. I'd put it on. I'd laminate it and put it up there so I could keep it forever.
Okay. Where were we?
Is it time?
well, we can do. I have birthdays, Tom. I don't have anything.
Okay.
I have a couple birthdays.
What do you got birthday?
I'm down for birthday.
Football Hall of Famer John Madden turns 84 today.
Here's a guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be 80?
84.
84.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Actor Steven Seagal.
Steven
68.
Seagal.
Happy birthday.
Are you kidding?
We didn't do it? I'm sorry, who was this? Whose birthday?
Steven Seagal.
Actor Steven Seagal.
Seagal.
Sorry, I ruined
What
it.
a limp dick effort.
Okay.
Brian Setzer turned 60.
By the way, I will say this about Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Under Siege is a description of his face. Have you seen him lately?
Oh, no.
What
I have
the
not.
hell is going on?
Did he have facial
something?
Something?
Only to be surpassed by his hair for some reason.
Sharpie down.
No.
Yeah, it's all
Very bizarre
It looks all
appearance.
cut and dyed. And
Quick aside, I will defend the Under Siege movies all day long. They are terrific.
I was saying the
Elena?
movie stunk. I was just first of all, it's the only one of his movies, the title of which I could remember. Thus, the joke. Okay,
Marked for Death, Hard to Kill. Oh no, Hard to Kill may have been Van Damme.
I would never have wasted my time watching any of them.
Marked for Death.
Very special happy birthday going out to Brian Setzer, who turned 61 today.
Good friend of the show.
Love him. I love him.
He should come out with all these. I just thought of this. All of these actors and stuff have their own drinks now.
Yeah.
Sammy Hagar started with the tequila.
I love where you're going.
Yes. I do too.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Brian Setzer come out with a sparkling water
And call it?
called Setzer water? This is a
water.
$1 million idea.
I don't know why he hasn't.
Rockabilly Setzer.
I mean, everybody else is doing booze. Why not do the other thing that's happening right now? Seltzer water. Brian Setzer.
Stray cat juice?
Spray Cat.
Spray cat strut?
Oh, that could be the name.
Stray
You could
cat.
make special drinks with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is awful.
He's the best.
And if you're a fan of This Is Us, actress singer Mandy Moore is 36 today.
She's great in that show.
very
She's a very
talented.
good actress.
She's a very good singer as well.
Yeah, you're right. She is very talented.
I don't really have a lot today in history on
Wait a
this date.
second. You forgot. I just found one over here. Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, yeah, 32.
I see dead careers.
He's doing just fine.
Let me tell you something. That movie is his performance in that movie is amazing.
Yeah.
On this date in 1925, F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel The Great Gatsby was first published.
I thought you were going to say F. Scott.
That's exactly what I thought too.
That's what my ear went to.
I heard Fitzgerald, but that wasn't
Fitzgerald.
what was coming. Yeah.
What book?
The Great Gatsby
Oh, never
was
heard.
first published. Never heard of it, huh?
A fine Gatsby.
The
Push.
The OK Gatsby.
Yeah, with a PR department name the thing.
Romantic man. Oh, wonderful guy.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot going on this date. It was a good day to do something because.
Well, I hate to tell you this, chick.
Oh, what?
What do we got?
On this date in 1970, Paul McCartney announced the end of the Beatles.
Oh,
Okay.
I have not heard anything about that.
yeah,
You don't have the
that
coffee
on
book,
mine.
coffee table
Coffee
book?
table book or a coffee book or any of it.
We were discussing that in the hall, weren't we?
Any of them.
Okay.
Don't you think that the Beatles are the single most written about, booked about, if you will, topic in the history of the world?
No.
No.
No, that would be
What would be? The Bible, Jesus, all that
Probably,
stuff?
yeah.
World War II.
Huh?
don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't think the.
Man, I don't know, me.
Yeah, I think real history probably beats the Beatles, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Any event in real history?
Do you know whose birthday you missed today, Tom?
I don't know. I didn't have a list.
Chuck Connors.
Oh, the rifleman.
Yes, I'm surprised.
Rifleman.
Also, Omar Sharif, Max von Sydow,
I don't have any of those.
Harry Morgan.
Harry Moore.
From MASH.
Yes.
He also played Colonel Potter. But
Punk pioneer Lee Ving.
Oh.
Fear, yeah, from fear.
I wonder why none of those are
Chuck
on this
Connors,
list.
by the way, they have found old pornos with Chuck Connors.
What?
That's amazing.
That's exactly right.
And they were called.
He was first baseman for the Dodgers, right? Yeah, I think he played
was
for the Dodgers. Yeah.
Interesting life, certainly.
Oh, rifleman. That's dead on. That guy saying Paw. And that guy was in porn too, wasn't he? Johnny Crawford?
You know, he made a terrible movie, famous movie for Playboy called The Naked Ape that was
Soft Wiener or something?
famously bombed.
That's right.
Oh.
Absolute disaster.
Right.
Playboy would promoted it for like a year, and then it came out, and half's friends didn't even see it. Shel Silverstein and James Gunn said, I gotta leave.
That's when
I got a bingo game I gotta get
Hefner
to.
said, Shell, booby. Booby? No, booby.
Bubby.
Bubby.
See, but I bet he said booby often.
I was probably
Yeah.
booby.
Yeah, apparently Chuck Connors, you're right, Chick, he played briefly for the Cubs and also played for the Celtics. Wow.
Oh,
Man.
I think so.
I didn't know about
We'll
the
double check
Celtics.
that.
All
Right
right.
now, I want to
The rifleman.
got a message from our friends at ZipRecruiter. Right now, we cannot get overwhelmed by what's going on. For those of us that are lucky enough to be able to work, well, we have to work. We got to keep our loved ones safe and protect our communities. Listen to what the authorities are saying about social isolation and the importance of keeping away right now. Got to work to stay strong, and ZipRecruiter wants to help you stay strong. They want you to stay focused, stay connected. They want you to innovate and build new solutions. And for all this work, we have to work together. ZipRecruiter, what do? They connect employers and people every day. Today's difference, of course, different time. ZipRecruiter is partnering with first responders, government officials, the medical community, the innovators, and the manufacturing, transportation, and food distribution industries to make sure we're finding the right people for the right jobs right now. So let's work together. ZipRecruiter.com/work together for more information from our friends at ZipRecruiter. When we come back, are we going to have time to check in with Neanderthal Man?
Hope so.
Or would you like to say
Caveman.
Neanderthal?
Say caveman.
Okay, caveman. Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
I know. Hey, have you checked out the Bob and Tom app? Well, it's free in your iTunes or Google Play Store. You can tune into your local station, listen to Bob and Tom 24/7, even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. You can even access a stream of classic bits on demand with the Bob and Tom app. And the best part, Josh, that's right, it's free. Check it out today. Let your friends, your family, your neighbors know they can be listening to the Bob and Tom app for free as well. Just check it out in your iTunes or Google Play Store. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The NFL announced 58 prospects will participate remotely in the virtual NFL draft in a couple weeks. They also announced that its 3-day draft will coincide with a draft-a-thon that will raise money for 6 charities on the front lines of the virus breakout. The draft, originally slated to be held in Las Vegas, but the league scuttled that plan because of the pandemic that has brought daily life to nearly a standstill. Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow and Ohio State edge rusher Chase Young among those 58 who will participate remotely in the NFL draft in 2 weeks. And that, of course, will double as a telethon. And UFC 249 has been canceled after ESPN and parent company Disney stopped UFC President Dana White's plan to keep fighting amid the coronavirus pandemic. After defiantly vowing for weeks to maintain a regular schedule of fights, White announced the decision to cease competition yesterday on ESPN, the UFC's broadcast partner. UFC 249 scheduled for April 18th, and White planned to follow it with weekly fight cards at a hotel and a casino on tribal land in California's Central Valley. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. John Bizarre joins us in the studio.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, John.
Now, I understand that you have a rather unique talent, and it's sort of visual, so I'll have to explain as you do it, or do you want to explain it in advance? You're wetting your hands down and rubbing them together.
I am. And I'm going to play the theme from the Flintstones on my hands.
On your hands.
Now, those at home would have to verify that.
Okay.
You're cupping your hands together.
Yes.
And putting them in front of the microphone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
He really does.
So, now if that ain't talent, I don't know what is.
That is talent.
I salute you, John Bizarre.
4 years of college for that.
The Downtown Comedy Club, the phones will be ringing off the hook.
Hey, do that
the
Flintstones
thing. The people sitting in the audience going, Flintstones.
Now, do you have a whole musical repertoire on your
There are
hands?
a number of things I can play. I like to play people's birthdays.
Oh, do you?
I like to sing happy birthday to people. And I am working on... Boy, I don't know if I can do that this time.
Here we go.
Let's give it a shot. Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Mozart.
Wow.
Okay. Wait a minute, that's the Flintstones again.
Very similar to the Flintstones. Mozart and the Flintstones are very interwoven.
Yeah. Amadeus Flintstone.
Yeah.
He was the neighbor.
Freddie Mozart.
That played the piano.
Wolfgang Rubble, right next to
Right,
him.
sure. John Bizarre is our guest. That's a tremendous talent, John.
It certainly is.
And I never tire of doing it. I want you to know.
So,
man.
do people, once you start doing this, do they start shouting out requests?
You'd be surprised. They really did.
Skinner!
With
With the drum solo.
That's great. Now, at what point did you realize that this was something you could develop into a talent? I can't
when
even
I couldn't do anything else.
How do you make even any sound come out by cupping your hands?
Well, you know what? Actually, this is now I'm on this other level now. I'm on this Zen level of doing this. I can come out of here, this part between the thumbs.
Okay.
You could come out between the forefinger and middle finger there, but that's not as controllable up there.
Sure.
And then you can come out the bottom between the heel of the hand right there. There are 3 different areas. But
sort of like
my money.
3 orify.
That's right. Yes. Between the thumbs is that's just.
I can't.
That's where you can.
Does the average person watching your show do what I'm doing? I can't get anything to come out of my hands at
You'd
all.
be surprised. The entire audience immediately puts their hands together and go, I know I can.
I can't make any sound.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, it sounds really good today too. Because it's usually just gonna. But I'm on this. I got this other thing happening.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say so.
That's a talent.
Bob, can you make any sound?
Hell no.
I can't make any sound at all.
It really is sounding good today. Actually, I wouldn't do it this often.
That's
if it wasn't
great.
sounding so.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I can do it a little.
See the USA in a shepherd. 946 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
For your holiday weekend, we have sunshine today and a high of 50. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 32. Partly cloudy for Saturday, high 60. But then Easter Sunday, we have showers possible and a high of 59. Sunny and 37 now.
Hiding the Easter eggs in the house, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, well.
That'll be all right.
Yeah.
Got some more eggs to die this weekend. I'm looking forward to that, certainly. Now, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Thanks very much for joining us. We are worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on great radio stations all over the place. Also doing a special feature during the quarantine, putting the show up on YouTube. Thanks for listening and watching. And if you get some free time this weekend, send us a note, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. In the world of email, we'd love to hear from you. Love to find out what you're doing. A couple facts we got to catch up on here.
How about this? Hey, have you seen those Easter eggs? They're to die for.
What are you, you writing for Ace? Ace turned that one down?
D.
Wow.
There you go.
Chuck Connor's update.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Why,
It's
his birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday? Okay.
The rifleman.
It's the anniversary of his birth, I think is the way to go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, sure. Same with
Okay.
next one.
Here it comes. Yeah.
The Rifleman.
The rifleman. Okay, I did it a bit too
Every
fast.
Saturday morning on American Movie Classics.
Oh, really?
Starring Chuck Connors.
As Big Daddy. And
He,
the implication being his other rifle is equally.
in 1948,
Yes.
he was with Major League Baseball's Brooklyn Dodgers, didn't make the squad, played 2 seasons for the AAA team, the Montreal Royals.
The Dodgers play in L.A.
Brooklyn Dodgers, that's right.
Sorry. In any event, then he
Wrong
actually
coach.
did... he joined the Chicago Cubs in 51, played in 66 games. So there is a little bit of truth to that. Then he became an actor, and
He was a switch hitter.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah.
That's what I hear.
apparently there's a film of that. I'm sorry. Back to Christy. What have you got?
Researchers have discovered the first direct evidence that Neanderthals made their own string. The specimen was just a white splotch on the underside of a Neanderthal stone tool.
That's a big leap, isn't it? These archaeologists.
Well, what else was there to do
Analyzed
back then?
under a microscope, which revealed fibers twisted around each other.
Probably hippies.
Wow.
Probably making those. What do you call those things?
Jute.
Oh, God's
hanging.
eyes?
Yeah,
Or dream catchers?
Right, making dream catchers.
The piece, dating back 40 to 50,000 years, came from an archaeological site in the Rhone River Valley. Oh, I had wine from there last night. So nice. In France.
Humble brag.
It was made from fibers from the inner bark of trees and had been twisted to make string. Researchers said the find implies our evolutionary cousins had some understanding of numbers and the trees that furnished the raw materials.
Boring.
How great would it be if we found out that they talk like we do?
Oh,
Hey,
that'd
how
be-
you doing? You want to go out and...
Hey, I got some string. I think I'll tie my shoes.
Yeah.
We haven't invented shoes yet. What the hell are you doing?
Check this thing out. I call it a yo-yo.
Hey, you got something on your chest there. Where? Whoop!
You got me, Krog.
Oh, man.
Drag that over there.
Funny
Let's
stuff.
invent the wheel.
Hey, look at her. I'm going to go hit her in the head with a club.
So,
and marry her.
Drag her back to the cave
man
last
is
night?
not descended
Oh,
from Neanderthal man, right? They were like a side gig that didn't work out.
Don't look at me. I have no
know how
idea.
that works.
God's mistake.
yeah. Where does Bertha Butt play into this?
That's a good question.
And the Butt sister.
Was that Ray Stevens?
No, that was Jimmy Castabunch.
Oh.
The birth of
We got to go way back.
Bertha Butt.
Way back.
I'm sorry.
Time out.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products to keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Got that project around the house? Check out Grainger for the ones who get it done.
Big news today from the NBA. I was very excited to hear this because there's there obviously no sports happening right now.
No.
But the NBA is actually going to do a sanctioned game. I guess they're going to call it social isolation horse. The old spelling game.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Single elimination competition. Each player will be in his or her home, I guess. But I know that it'll be, I know among them, Mike Conley and Tamika Catchings.
One of the early matches.
And again, it'll be awkward if Tamika gets HOR. Someone will make a announcer.
She got up.
Oh, yeah.
She was a big woman.
Big woman.
Big woman. Her name was Bertha.
Bertha.
Bertha Butt.
Bertha Butt. Doesn't that sound like Java from...
Yeah, it does. Absolutely, from Here Come the Mummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying in any event, ESPN this Sunday, 7 o'clock, right? Is it this? Is it
April 12th. That's this Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Okay, all right. The point being, there'll be some actual sports, and I assume that some places will be taking betting on it.
No, it's this.
It is this.
It's a game of horse. It's fun. I think it's great.
fun, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm advocating that they do a celebrity version with retired NBA guys, I'd love to see Reggie Miller take on
I think you
Spike
and I
Lee.
have to go at it at some point. Somehow.
Okay, yeah, we have promised to go. Let's see. Alonzo Bowden was our guest. He and John Heffron doing a special comedy event, Q&A, live streaming. Is that what did he say? What was the time on that? I'm not sure. You can find out by going to Helium Presents.
It's at 8:30 Eastern.
So 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm the only one in the room that likes lima beans, apparently.
You know, right out of the can, you freak.
Horrible. We had kind of a Bob Seger tribute to toilet paper rolls. Chick has a new sweater he's very pleased with.
Some would call it a swobe.
I like swobe. I like that.
A woman was arrested for putting pornographic messages and Easter eggs in Florida, which brought us back to the famous story of Chick and his friends putting notes and marring an Easter egg hunt with notes like your mother buys lots of rubbers.
Can you have a prank copywritten?
Drew Hastings working on a book. As soon as he finishes reading that one, he'll finish writing the one he's been writing for 3 years. And let's see. We're all doing a big Omaha Steaks cooking weekend.
Can't wait.
Give us a full report coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Coach.
Skip. Well, due to coronavirus, our Little League draft has been postponed again.
Yeah.
Little League draft.
I tell my kids, take this time during quarantine to figure out what you're going to be. I'll say there's only two kinds of kids in baseball. The first kind wants to win, knows he's going to win. The second kind of kid knows he's not going to win. He just wants to Bernie Sanders. You understand?
Bob and Tom and all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings.
Thanks so much for joining us today on a Friday. It's April 10th. Hope